and up to $720 in rebates. Along with our 1-year money-back guarantee, that's the smartest move you'll make this summer. Call now for your free estimate, 520-492-0748 or picturerockscooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing.
Progressive presents Perfectly Bad Excuses for Missing Stuff to Spend More Time on Your ATV.
Hey, Wallace. Not going to the reunion after all. Think I got cursed. Keep, stubbing my toe.
Now that was a bad excuse. If you love your vehicle this much, get customized coverage from Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
Sleep Number's new collections are designed to adapt to the changing nature of your life and your sleep needs. Whether it's the personalized comfort of the new Comfort Mode mattress, the targeted pressure relief of the Comfort Next mattress, or the Climate Collection that actively cools or warms to help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
And now, get early access to our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on the new Comfort Next Luxe for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
The U.S. Soccer Podcast.
These players are battered and exhausted, but you don't hurt like this if you don't care about this team, about this country, about this
I
game.
think you can feel the intensity.
The goals, the energy, the wow, look at us.
Here in the U.S., I have got some news for you. There's so much more to come. My name is Megan Klingberg, and we're just getting started.
The U.S. Soccer Podcast. Presented by Henkel. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media station.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
And a great Friday afternoon to you. So glad you could be with us. DK on the Sports Tip. Join the celebration, which is this program. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in. We'll get you set for the weekend here in Southern Arizona. Cricket will join us a little bit later. She's got everything going on around town this weekend. Love to hear what you've got going on this weekend around Southern Arizona. Wildcats fall camp practice number 8 today. We had a special guest at practice today, J.W. Madden. The president of the university.
Wow.
Came by. Suresh Garamella. There are a lot of dignitaries there today. The Alchemy folks were there, the folks that put their name on McHale Center and sponsored that and pushed some much-needed economy into the athletic department. They were there. I think we were only missing maybe the Casino del Sol people. They could have been there. I just maybe didn't know if they were or
no
they
Monster
weren't.
Energy people on scene?
Nah, I don't. Yeah, I heard about that. That's the
Big 12. Yeah, Big 12 has a Monster partnership as of this year.
I think I have to look closely. I don't know if they're so Alchemy and Casino del Sol, or the Tribe actually, the Tohono O'odham Nation. They both have logos on the side of the stadium now. So Alchemy actually has their logo. It's also on the stadium. And there was I kind of glanced at it today, but I didn't take a really good look at it. So I'll have to do that next time I'm on campus. But I don't know if there was another one up there, and I don't remember if it was Monster Energy or not. It might have been. I'll have to take a picture of that.
I've seen some
next time.
Photos trickling out from Big 12 schools of their Monster on their jerseys and on fields, but I have yet to see. I haven't seen a picture from Casino del Sol Stadium yet, so just curious where that's going to go.
Are you a partaker in Monster Energy?
No, I mean, again, like as a bartender, like I bartended right when kind of Red Bull, became a thing and became really popular. So there was definitely nights where I did some Red Bull shots, but I drink coffee, so I like really good coffee that I grind myself, and I don't get into a lot of the tea as well. Yeah, but I don't get into a lot of energy.
I am not a coffee drinker. Neither my wife or I drink coffee. Like we went out to dinner with some friends last Saturday night, and at the end of the meal, they ordered coffee, and then they were like, "Oh, you guys gonna get coffee?" And we were like, "No, we don't drink coffee."
I like.
They kind of looked at us like we were weird.
I like strong coffee, single malt Scotch that's really peaty, and a really hoppy IPA. So I like big flavors.
And I do not like hoppy beer either. That's another thing. I cannot do hoppy beer.
I moved to San Francisco in the early 90s, and that's where Sierra Nevada and Anchor Steam are from. And I started drinking long before the revolution of IPAs and all the craft brewing happened in the late 90s, early 2000s. Like we were drinking Sierra, which is it's not an IPA, it's a pale ale, but it's one step below. So yeah, I've always liked hoppy beers.
Your friend, our friend from Sierra, was it Sierra Nevada?
Yeah.
Brought you some gift.
Yes, she
brought
did.
you a nice little gift thing.
Yeah, I told we had a guest on for one of our TIR interviews, and turned out that she was a representative for Sierra Nevada, and I just mentioned to her that it had been probably 20 years since I'd had a cool Sierra shirt, and that's their job is to pass out swag, and I told her I would wear it proudly on the show. I'm not wearing it today. But, she got a really cool Sierra Nevada shirt and, keychains, that whole thing.
J-Dub gets swag. That's for sure. So I was never really an energy drink person either. And then I started, but anybody that knows me knows I'm kind of a grinder when it comes to this job that I do and that we do. And so when I was working in TV, the way it worked when I was in television is on Saturday nights after the Wildcats game would end, we would do the late newscast, and then I would basically break all the tape up from that night's game, so I could have everything cut, all my player profiles, all the top plays, everything, and then I would also be kind of making my notes as I'm going and watching the game, and sometimes you're watching one play 6 times to see what happens. So it takes a long time. It would take me, I would generally get done around 4 or 5 in the morning from doing this. And so I started, and so there was a period when I was at KVOA where they brought we don't have it here at our station, but a lot of stations or businesses have what they call that in the building marketplace, where you can buy, like, they've got all kinds of food and snacks and meals and that kind of thing, and it's all right there, and it's like almost having a market at your station. So they brought that into KVOA, and one of the things they brought in, and one of the drinks was Monster Energy. So, I saw there was one in there. It was kind of a grape color looking drink. And I've always been into grape drinks for my entire life. I go all the way back to grape Kool-Aid.
Sure.
Back in the day. Purple, I should say.
Extra sugar,
Purple
right?
Kool-Aid. Oh, God. Yeah, too much sugar. It's funny. I took my mom out to a barbecue joint a couple of weeks ago, and they had Kool-Aid. And so I got Kool-Aid as my drink, and I took my first sip, and I was like, "Whoa, that needs about a cup full of sugar, cup more full of sugar." Didn't have enough sugar in it for me. So I was like, I might have to take this home and freshen it up with some sugar.
Kids of the 80s, 70s, and 80s know how to mix Kool-Aid for sure.
Yeah, no question about that. So I said, well, I'm going to try this. I've never really been an energy drink person. I don't really like Red Bull. The taste of it never really did anything for me. So I tried the Ultraviolet Monster Energy drink, and it was so good. I was like, oh, my God, this is awesome. This is great. So that was probably, I don't know, maybe like 2019 or 20. I'm trying to remember when they brought that thing. I think it was actually maybe after COVID they brought in so after we got back from COVID, so it might have been late 20, they brought the market into the workplace. And so I started drinking. That's when I started drinking energy drinks.
I was going to say, I think listeners want to know, like, how many would you pop for one of those sessions after you
just one. No. Yeah. It's just, I just do one. Now, I'm not drinking 6 of them or anything.
Depends
like
on
that.
how much film there is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So the Ultraviolet, that's my favorite. And then there's another, I'm trying to see if I can find all the flavors here. There's like a pink lemonade one that I like as well, and then the orange. So like orange has always been my favorite, and then the pink, it's actually called Ultra Strawberry Dreams. is the
I'll make you
the one I like.
I'll make you a deal.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been a mixologist for a long time. Dabble in a little bit of chefery. I haven't had a Monster Energy, I would say, in 15 years.
Oh wow.
So many of the flavors you're talking about is probably have come since the last time. However, because Monster is a sponsor of Big 12, I will do my part and I will sample some of the Monster varieties.
There you
and
go.
we can talk about this later as the football season goes on and we get into it. I'll do my part and do some homework.
And now my wife likes them too. So because I started buying them I would have them at home. And so I'll sometimes bring them with me here if I'm working late or we're up late or whatever not. And so but she can only drink like half of one. She can't. It's like one complete can is too much for her. It's way too. And she's like, because she'll like drink half a can and can't go to sleep.
Yeah, you get real shaky if you're, it's highly concentrated. But
it does. It gives you that little burst of energy for sure. Monsters. I don't know if I call it a monster burst of energy because I don't feel like I want to like jump off the ceiling or anything like that after I drink a Monster Energy, but I do feel a little bit better if I'm maybe dragging a little bit. It gives me a little bit of a kick. I usually try to have one if I'm driving anywhere of long distance. I'll have one or two of those in the car with me or in my my cooler so that I can have that little and like I said, it much better taste than Red Bull.
This segment has been the best advertisement for Monster Energy.
There you go. See,
not even a sponsor.
The Big 12 needs to give us a cut. Because we are really promoting this new thing of theirs.
Before the tangent, you did mention there were some VIPs on site today.
Yeah. Well, I think I met, President Garamella.
What was he up to?
Yeah, he spoke to the team. It was really weird because they were in the middle of a drill. And then, so the way we know practice is over is there are 3 horns. So there's a horn, I don't know who the horn person is. But so they blow the horn 3 times. That's how we know practice is over. Well, like at the middle of like period 8, which is like maybe an hour or maybe a half hour, 45 minutes in, they blew the horn 3 times and we're thinking, whoa, what's going on? And then I was on the one field, the defensive field, and Brandon Sanders was like, everybody go, we got to go into the Davis Center. So he's like, I'm thinking, what's going on? Like nobody knew what was happening. And then I heard somebody say, oh, the president is here. And so that's what it was. President Garamella came by practice. And he got an autographed helmet from the team. That was really cool. And he just addressed them and thanked them for being here and thanked them for their hard work and wished them a good season. And he and Brent talked for a few minutes, and it was cool to see. I don't know. I mean, this is not, now I'll be honest. When I was in TV, because of all the other stuff we had going on, I didn't go to practice every day like I do now. Like, since I got back into radio, I try to go to all the fall camp practices because I have the luxury of doing that now because I don't really, this is like our primary thing. I don't have like 10 other things I'm trying to do like I was in television and covering other stuff beside the U of A. So I can do that now, which is really cool because it gives me a different perspective than I had even before, having a chance to be there at practice and kind of see how it works every day. So I don't know if, I'm sure Dr. Robbins had come out in the past. That was, before I was going every day. So I don't remember that. So it was kind of cool. And I don't know, this is the 3rd year that I've been going pretty much to every practice. I don't know that either he or Robbins came out because I think Robbins was still the president in 2023, and then what I think last year 24 is when he kind of took over. But I don't think he took over until the fall,
right?
Deeper into the fall. So I think this is the first time I've seen the president of the university out at a practice.
I do know something. I know that the Catamounts don't play football. And that's where he came from, right?
Yes.
So he was there for the last 5 years before coming here. So he didn't have a chance to go out to the football practice field at his last stop.
Yeah. Now, and don't get me wrong. I mean, there was no bigger supporter of sports than Dr. Robbins. I mean, he was at everything. I don't know if I would call Suresh Garamella. Look, he's very supportive, but I don't know that he's, quote, a sports fan like Dr. Robbins was. I mean, Dr. Robbins would be courtside at basketball. He was courtside at pretty much every basketball game. He was there. I talked about, like, during COVID, it was him, his wife, Dave Hickey, and that was about it. They was up there at McHale Center, sitting up in the rafters watching the Wildcats during those years when it was just them and us. in the building, and I could get there 5 minutes before tip-off and just waltz into my spot and start shooting the game. But yeah, Dr. Garamella is not that, but he is very supportive of all the programs here at the University of Arizona. But it was really cool to kind of see him.
He did get his first master's at Ohio State, so I'm sure
there you go.
Yeah, has some
All right,
experience
see,
with some good football.
He's a smart guy. He went to a really good school there. All right. Let me see if I got this right here because, things are always a little bit off on Friday. But Cricket is here.
Yo.
Cricket.
Bro.
What time is it?
I don't know. I have no idea. But I'm like I always say, I think I'm ready for anything.
It is.
Yes.
Weekend. Woo! It is the weekend. We have arrived at Friday. Yeah.
Otherwise known as the 80s dance party segment.
Yes. I'm really upset because I'm going to be out of town next weekend, and there's a really cool event at La Rosa called Gimme Gimme Disco. Have you heard about the Gimme Gimme Disco?
I think they have done some disco things there.
Yeah. So I'm going to be in Scottsdale.
But they've done it before, right? So they'll probably do it again.
But you see, this is like the second time I think they've done it.
You've
I haven't
missed
been
it?
able to go.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I couldn't get in. I tell you the story about I tried to go down to the 80s party the other weekend
at La Rosa.
Yeah, no, the one at
Surly Wench
at the Congress.
Okay,
the one at the I think you were on vacation.
Okay,
that week. So there was like an 80s dance party at the Congress a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was called what was it called? I don't remember the title of it. Anyway, so nobody had tickets, and so I figured it was from like 4 to 9. I'm like, I'm not going down there for 5 hours. So I said, maybe I'll show up at like 7:30 and I can just kind of get in late, So I went down there, I got down there, and so I just kind of walk in. It was in the inside bar at the Congress, and I kind of walk in, and some girl was like, "Do you have a pass, sir?"
And what did you say? Did you say?
And I said, "Do I need a pass?"
No, wrong answer. Do you know who I am?
No, I didn't want to play that.
I know, of course. I know you
would.
wouldn't.
Do you know who I am?
I know you never would. I know. But it's just funny to think about doing that,
I was like, no, do I need a pass? And she's like, well, this is a ticketed event. And I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. So I went back into the lobby.
With the riffraff?
Exactly.
That's where I would have been in the lobby, my friend.
And they have that little sidebar there. I went inside. I could still hear the music. I just couldn't partake in
best
the
side cars in town.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice little sidebar there at the Congress Hotel. All right, Cricket, what's happening this weekend?
Well, tonight is a Clueless 90s dance party at Surly Wench. As if...
What was that girl's name?
Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah, no, what was the character's name?
Cher.
Cher.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, of course. And you could celebrate.
Are they rebooting that?
I think it was like the 30th anniversary.
They're making a TV show or something.
And like there was a Broadway, I think like a Broadway production of Clueless or something. Like the 30th anniversary, I think this year. Tomorrow you can celebrate World Elephant Day at Reed Park Zoo. Like wear something that you don't mind getting messy because you can literally wallow in the mud, just like the elephants do, and then get hosed off trivia stories, see the elephant training demonstration, and also tomorrow the Community Wellness Fair and Walkathon, noon to 4 at Keno Event Center with games and crafts and free painting or face painting workshops and pizza. More details under the events tab at wildcatsradio1290.com.
Did you see Clueless in the theaters?
I think I did. I mean, that was a long...
I didn't. I never saw it in the theater. I think I saw it like on television later.
Okay.
You know what the best part about Clueless is?
What's that?
That was Paul Rudd's basically debut.
And he doesn't age.
Everybody loves Paul Rudd. Come on.
Absolutely love him. Yes. And he looks the same now as he did then.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, there is a new one that begins production in 2027.
Yeah, I'd read something that was like Clueless 2. I'm like, wait a second.
Wait, whoa.
How a little bit of time has passed, guys.
That's
Unless
wild.
the story's about the main character's children from the original, maybe. Yeah.
Exactly.
I did go to Stacey Dash. Her brother was in my fraternity at USC.
Oh, cool.
I pledged him.
Oh, really?
Yes, Darian.
She's great, too.
Yeah, Darian Dash, her younger brother.
Almost every actor in that movie is great.
It was so good. And Brittany Murphy.
Yeah. Some names.
R.I.P.
Oh, that's right. She's not with us anymore.
She passed.
Some great names in that movie. So we'll see what they come back with for the reboot there.
We'll
All
be
right.
disappointed.
So Cricket will be back in about an
Still
hour.
clueless.
Still clueless.
Yes.
Cricket will be back in about an hour with her quote of the day. We'll find out if she got her pick right later in the show. Plus more of what's going on this weekend in Southern Arizona. Right now, she's getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5's traffic and weather.
And some backups westbound on Speedway Boulevard approaching I-10. There's a big improvement project along the main line of I-10 between Keno to Alvernon, and also road work at Palo Verde and Irvington. Keno and Ajo and Country Club Road closed under I-10. There's a tiny chance of rain this afternoon, 76 the low, 101 tomorrow, and 96 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by the Blizzard Double Flip Deal at Dairy Queen. The only thing better than grabbing a Blizzard treat on a warm, sunny day would be snagging a second one for just 99 cents with the Blizzard Double Flip Deal. It's buy one Blizzard treat, get another one for just 99 cents only when you order on the DQ app. DQ, happy tastes good. For limited time at participating U.S. locations.
Did you hear what we're talking about?
Can the Mets turn this thing, or do your dad, Dragon Ball, have any faith in this?
No. My dad gave up about 2 months ago. Gotta believe, but only when it's believable to believe.
DK on the Sports Tip, weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m.
It's Carrington Harrison here to help you beat the books with Westwood One Sports. Did you know in each of the last 7 seasons, a team that's selected in the top 5 of the NFL draft turned around the next season and made the playoffs? Well, let me tell you, right now, you can get Tennessee to make the playoffs at plus 440. Go Titans, go. I like the Tennessee Titans to turn around and make the playoffs. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
You know the rush when you reach that goal, when something you've worked for pays off. That's success. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we believe you should never stop chasing it. That's why we offer a skills-based education that helps move your career forward. Learn how to apply emerging technologies like AI and data science. Build your leadership and critical thinking skills. Apply by September 1st and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Ugh, no, not the sink. Not now.
Plumbing issues can put your life on pause. But with anytime emergency scheduling, the neighborly done right promise, and more, Mr. Rooter Plumbing will have your life flowing again in no time.
All fixed. Much better.
Mr. Rooter is proud to cheer on the Cats. Mention this ad for 10% off any plumbing service. A win for the whole family. Bear down, Arizona.
Mr. Rooter Plumbing, a neighborly company.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Baseball season is in full swing, and there's no better place to be than Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform. Last week, Boston was trading at 9% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out $1,052 with a win. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market. As the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. Download the Kalshi app and use code UPDATE to get up to $500 in bonus credits when you trade $25. Kalshi, trade on anything. 18 plus only, must be present in state where it is legal to trade. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. Bonus credits do not expire. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. For more information, see Kalshi.com/bonus DKNY.com/regulatory.
It's DK on the sports tip. Did you hear what we were talking about?
Doing a lot of around the house work. A new tub. We had to break up the concrete, reset the pipe.
You're going to start your own show?
Not a chance. I'm not a big HGTV guy.
How much of that work are you doing yourself?
The stripping was kind of my job. I ended up taking
stripping?
I took
You're
out the
stripping?
linoleum. I stripped out the
Am
linoleum.
I not paying you enough money that you got to strip for a living? DK on the sports tip, Monday through Fridays at 3, right here on Wildcats Radio, 1290.
Good evening, ma'am. We're the Goodfellas AC Rapid Response Team, here for the overnight install of your new AC unit.
Great. Come in. We're so excited for a sleepover.
Oh, well, we're actually putting you and your family up in a hotel for the night. We work while you sleep.
Oh.
Okay, who's ready for a movie night? Popcorn or s'mores?
You know, that sounds pretty good.
No, it doesn't.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. Providing overnight installs so you don't miss work or leisure time with your family. GoodfellasAC.com.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Give us a call. Give us a text. Arizona Wildcat football wrapped up practice number 8 this morning. They'll go in the evening tomorrow, practice number 9. I will not be there for tomorrow night's practice. I have other commitments tomorrow evening, but we'll reconvene on Monday morning.
Those dance parties aren't going to dance themselves.
Exactly. You know, I got an appointment with some wine on Saturday night. So the next practice will be Monday morning. So we'll have a chance to see the Cats again before we talk to you on Monday afternoon. One of the cool things that happened this offseason was the promotion of Ronnie Palmer. Ronnie had joined the organization as a defensive assistant last year. He is an Arizona Wildcat grad, a captain for the Arizona Wildcats during his time here, 2008. I like to call Ronnie, he is one of my originals. That is the first team that I covered here at the University of Arizona, was that 2008 team, the Vegas Bunch. They went to the Las Vegas Bowl and beat BYU. He was a 4-year starter here at the University of Arizona, a freshman All-American, defensive MVP in 2008, and he was elevated this past offseason to a full-time position as the defensive ends and edges coach, working with our guy Joe Salavea on the defensive line. So now you've got 2 guys on this defensive line that wore the colors here, the Cardinal and Navy, for the University of Arizona. Had a chance to catch up with Ronnie Palmer. He, in case you don't know, Ronnie is married to Lauren Schutzler, who was a star on the softball team. And in fact, helped lead the Wildcats to the 2010 Women's College World Series. She was a center fielder during her time here playing for Mike Candrea. They met, obviously, as student athletes here, and now have been married for a number of years, have 2 beautiful daughters in their family. So let's hear from Ronnie Palmer. I asked him if the plan was always to eventually get back here to the University of Arizona.
This is more of a dream right now, just getting back and finding my way in the coaching profession to come back home for my wife and I. It's not just for me. Being a head coach and being a coordinator and coaching at every level, this was actually it was part of the plan, but I didn't see it happening until it was already a year ago. And Coach Salavea gave me that call. Yeah.
Now, you were obviously a head coach up in Northern California, so what was your kind of relationship with Brett and them at San Jose in terms of maybe players you were trying to get to that level?
Sure. Well, to be honest, I had no prior relationship with anybody on staff on the coaching side except Coach Joe. We knew each other from being former players, but being in the Bay Area, in Monterey, I was always trying to get closer to the 4-year schools, so San Jose, Stanford, Cal, those schools, and I really got to watching Coach Brennan's style. You know, when you're a head coach, you want to watch other head coaches. So I watched the way he treated people. I watched the way he conducted himself during practice, and ultimately I watched the way he treated the building. Right. So I was a fan. from doing camps, from having the coaches' socials, and really I was fingers crossed that he could come back and make this thing happen. And when it happened, I still didn't really get into the connection, but a year after their first season, it all just worked out. So I just kept close ties to Coach Brennan and Coach Zoe, Chip Viney, a couple guys on the staff, became good friends, and here we are.
I was just talking to Coach Joe, and I asked him, I said, we haven't had a double-digit sack defensive end since the Ricky Elmore Brooks Reed days. Can we still see that type of player? Is the offense is just too quick now in terms of quarterbacks releasing the ball that's the days of having a defensive end that can get 10+ sacks are just over?
That's a loaded question, man. No shade on the Brooks Reed guy. Those days were some special players, and I do think we have some special players like that on our roster. We really take what the offense gives us. I think some of the quick games, some of the screens, some of us is a blessing because of what we do defensively. Schemes want to get the ball out of their hands quick, so I do think it helps us to maybe not have double-digit sack guys, but at the end of the day, if we can get up on some teams and quarterbacks have to sit in that pocket and throw, we have some firepower to go get them.
You mentioned your wife, obviously. For those that don't know, Lauren Schutzler played softball here. So tell me the story about how y'all met.
Oh, man, how much time you got? So Lauren, I tend to call her the real Coach Palmer when I'm around because, playing for the GOAT, Mike Kendrea, and having a chance to win a national championship. And she was a 4-year starter herself, so she's a really, really talented player. So we met my senior year, my junior year. She was a freshman, met in Old McHale, met in the training room. I typically had a straw hat on, and some. It was one of those days during the season where the coaches' wives and the families would bring candy and treats and food and stuff. So, sure enough, I bring my stuff down in the training room, and I met this pretty young girl in the cold tub, and I got to rapping, and that's how it happened. No, and really, she became my best friend, and we always laugh back at those days, and we talk about the 2008s and 7s and graduating and going to play pro ball, and I went and played pro ball, and she went and played pro ball in Italy, and sure enough, we just celebrated 13 years yesterday. So we're very thankful and blessed. We have 2 beautiful girls, and let's just say the competitive nature hasn't fell far.
We always talk about, obviously, we see a lot of young people get together here at the University of Arizona. What was that like, kind of, supporting each other through the tough times? Whether that was for you on the football field. I mean, I remember the play in the World Series where her and Brittany let the ball get between them. Like, what was your role in coaching her through those types of moments?
Yeah, no, those are always tough, right? Yeah. I always tell her, like, I would rather have gone to the Natty and lost it than never have gone at all. Right. But no, we were always best friends, and to have blood, sweat, and tears in this place, and there's something in the water in McHale. So, there's a lot of relationships, a lot of close friends, and a lot of student athletes that are coming up now that I'm recruiting that, sure enough, old teammates, old people in McHale are now having kids that I have the blessing to recruit. So, but she's always my shoulder to lean on, and vice versa, and we're always sharing those coaching stories and those relationship stories and those players because that's what really makes this place special.
You think she'll ever get back into coaching? Or?
I think so, but it's got to be the fit. Just like everything, it's got to be the right fit. She's always coaching. She's always coaching. And when I was a head coach at the JUCO level, I hired her as a coach. Oh yeah, because strength and conditioning, academics, quality control, ops. I gave her all those. I just needed help, and really, sometimes people don't want to talk to the head coach. Sometimes if you have an issue or something you want to talk to. Somebody that can speak a little softer to you because I may not be as nice. So, no, and not too many people know that, but she was on staff and she loved every minute of it because I think she gained more respect for what we have to do day to day. And I've always followed her when she coaches either travel ball teams or when she was coaching Division II, or at Colorado State, she was a coach. So she has a resume of her own. And if Coach Lowe maybe needs somebody down the road or somebody else, she may entertain it.
How's the head coach, being a head coach, how's that helped you in this role here?
It's helped me tremendously. I don't look through a straw anymore, I can tell you that. A lot of times assistant coaches, you're just thinking about your position. You're looking through that straw. But as a head coach, you've not only are you mentoring 80 young men to 100 young men, you're also coaching coaches. So now I can take a step back and I know what the head coach needs, or Coach Gonzalez, or Coach Nivar, or just to help functionally make the place move. So I do think being a head coach has given me that role to understand, to be glue in a sense, or be able to help fill voids that are needed to help us function and help us win ball games.
What's infectious about Coach G's, Danny Gonzalez's role with this team, his energy?
Yeah, Coach G is he's just that, man. His energy is contagious. He's such a passionate leader. He is who he is. He's not going to sugarcoat it. His energy, just watch us practice day one. But the thing I love about Coach Gonzalez the most is he's consistent. The players come in and you know what you're going to get from him on and off the field. He's going to follow you. He's going to know you. He's going to know your girlfriend. He's going to know how you tick, and he cares. I think being consistent and just showing the kids that you care, it doesn't really matter about the X's and O's. But when he does that, and you got Coach Joe and Coach Ars and Coach Viney and Bringell, there's a lot of family men on our staff on defense as well as on our offensive side. And Coach Brennan's done a great job of bringing it and allowing us to be who we are. I think sometimes in this profession, guys will really have to be cautious of that personality sometimes. Coach G has never held back on being who he is.
Ronnie, great to have you back here in Tucson.
Likewise, David, man. I'll see you soon.
Ronnie Palmer, one of my originals from that 2008 team, first team I covered here at the University of Arizona, went to the Las Vegas Bowl. That was really there have been some lean years through the early part of this century, and Mike Stoops came in, and it took him a few years to get things going, but they got it going.
Makovich years? That we're talking about here?
Yeah, the Makovic years were not very good. I've heard about the mutiny that took place during those years. It's never a good thing when the players mutiny on you in the middle of a season.
I think it was just ahead of his time, because nowadays coaches seem like they're doing a lot of social media stuff, and that was kind of the angle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Coming from the national broadcast to the head coach's seat at Arizona, it seemed like that maybe the priorities were a little different back then.
DK on the Sports Tip, 520-848-1290. If you have a memory of Ronnie Palmer as a player, I'd love to hear from you today on maybe a game that stands out. There were some games, man. That was, boy, we talk about being able to rush the passer, man. They had some dudes. The Ronnie Palmer linebacker. We talked about, Brooks Reed and Ricky Elmore, Earl Mitchell. I mean, there's guys on that defensive line. I mean, Earl and Brooks played 8+ years, I think, between them in the National Football League. There were some dudes. There were some dudes on that defense that could play for sure, that helped the Wildcats get back to a bowl game in 2008. We'll dive into what happened today in practice. Some very competitive plays in the team sessions between the offense and the defense.
10-10, is that what you're saying?
I don't know. I might lean it one way today. We'll find out. It was pretty competitive on both sides, but maybe one side had a little bit more of an advantage today over the other. Cricket always has an advantage when she's dissecting what's happening out there on those roads, getting you home with traffic and weather.
From the Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic Center. With some slowdowns westbound Speedway approaching I-10 westbound Ajo at Mission, crash 29th Street west of Columbus. For 5th Street between Country Club and Wilmot. Today, road crews have been working on paving the first layer of asphalt. Today, again, along 5th Street, Country Club to Wilmot. Should wrap up that work today till around 6 tonight. Slight chance of showers this afternoon, 76 the low, 101 tomorrow, 96 now. And I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic.
This report is sponsored by Staples. All right, it's officially the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech, 20% off for teachers, and more. Check out all the deals at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do.
That ball's going to be caught out of midfield. Chris Hunter, another spectacular catch.
It's the last year. I just want to put it all out on the line. Use everything I learned, make this year a great one.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
The Steelers took down the Packers 28-9 last night in their first preseason action. Steelers' third-round pick Drew Aller had a solid debut in the NFL. Aller went 10 for 13, threw for 153 yards and 2 touchdowns. With Aaron Rodgers and Will Howard ahead of Aller on the depth chart, it looks like Mike McCarthy's quarterback school is paying off for the rookie. I'm Chris Black.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Baseball season is in full swing, and there's no better place to be than Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform. Last week, Boston was trading at 9% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out $1,052 with a win. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market. As the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. Download the Kalshi app and use code UPDATE to get up to $500 in bonus credits when you trade $25. Kalshi, trade on anything. 18 plus only, must be present in state where it is legal to trade. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. Bonus credits do not expire. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams sale and get 30% off Duration, Superdeck, and Woodscapes products August 14th through the 24th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers!
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Ugh, no, not the sink. Not now.
Plumbing issues can put your life on pause. But with anytime emergency scheduling, the Neighborly Done Right promise, and more, Mr. Rooter Plumbing will have your life flowing again in no time.
All fixed.
Much better.
Mr. Rooter is proud to cheer on the Cats. Mention this ad for 10% off any plumbing service. A win for the whole family. Bear down, Arizona.
Mr. Rooter Plumbing, a neighborly company.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams sale and get 30% off Duration, Superdeck, and Woodscapes products August 14th through the 24th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers!
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, A law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Now is a perfect time to start on your next success. Get your application fee waived when you apply to University of Maryland Global Campus by September 1st. Put your goals within reach. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Download our app. It slaps. Nobody covers Southern Arizona sports like we do. Don't miss out on any of the highlights, stories, and analysis. The flagship home for Arizona Wildcats athletics, Wildcats Radio 1290.
I come from a low-income family, and as a first-generation college student, it was difficult for me to navigate the way. Hughes Federal Credit Union and Earn to Learn provided a pathway for me to learn valuable budgeting and financial education. I am currently a graduate student in public health and helping my younger siblings with their college paths.
Find out how Hughes and Earn to Learn join forces to support student success at hughesfcu.org/earn-to-learn. Insured by MCUA. Certain restrictions apply.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Coming up in the 4 o'clock hour, Arizona Volleyball. We'll talk to Carly Cisneros. She is the junior star for your Wildcats. They will have their red-blue affair tomorrow afternoon over at McHale Center. So get on over and check the ladies out as they begin or continue preparations for their season. I do believe that's at McHale. I'll have to double check that. Sometimes they move that over to Richard Jefferson Gymnasium, but I do think it's at McHale Center tomorrow. And we'll ask Carly about that. And apparently, we found out in our conversation the other day from Destiny Nadam Simpson that Carly has a pool. So we'll have to kind of find out about Carly's pool and how many people she's inviting over to swim. I don't think it's actually her pool. It's probably the complex's pool, but wherever she lives, she's got a pool. That's never a bad thing. Never a bad thing to have a pool. So we'll get all the details from Carly Cisneros coming up after the 4 o'clock hour.
Sometimes it's fun, DK, to look at a map of Tucson and just look at how many pools there are.
Oh,
because there are a lot.
A lot. There are a lot. All right, practice number 8 today. So after the pomp and circumstance of the president being there was over, we got to actually playing some football. So 11 on 11. There's several team competition or team settings that the Wildcats generally have in practice. 11 on 11, 7 on 7. They have the one-on-one drills where the wide receivers and tight ends go against the DBs and the safeties and the linebackers. That's always fun. They also have, the inside run where they go, I think it's 9 on 7 they call it, which is on the defensive side of the ball where, it's a lot of linemen grinding, which is kind of cool to see that as well. And when they get into the individual periods. But when they got to 11 on 11 today, the interesting thing about it was the first series. So, again, generally they do it'll vary. Sometimes they'll start 40 yards out. Sometimes they'll start from 80 yards out and kind of work in that direction. Today was more of a red zone day where they were kind of 20, 25 yards out trying to get the ball to the end zone. The first series for the first team was absolutely flawless. I mean, Noah Fafita and company they ran 4 plays and got the ball in the end zone. It was as crisp and as clean offensively is what you want to see. And then the number 2s got out there. It was a bit of a disaster for Sawyer Anderson and his group. They got sacked on the first play. Then they had back-to-back false start penalties. Then they got sacked on the 4th play. So it took them 5 plays to finally get anything going with the second team unit. And let me tell you, Seth Diggy was none too happy about the false starts. And again, that's one of the things we've talked about, that you cannot jump. You cannot jump. And a lot of these are happening. The majority of the ones I've seen in camp have been with the offensive line. There have been a few that are maybe wide receivers, but the majority of them are offensive line. Those guys cannot jump. And what's interesting is that when they do, they immediately pull them out. But in this particular sequence, it was the left guard that jumped. So they pulled him out, put the next guy in, and he was the one that had the next penalty. So they took him out, and they had to put Rhino Tapo Totai, who's the starter. They had to put him back in because both the number 2 left guards could not hold the snap count. So that was not pretty. Now, it did end well. That session did end well for the second team. Sawyer Anderson threw a touchdown to Tyler Mustaine out of Push Ridge Christian Academy. Tyler I think he, for the most part, played linebacker through the first part of his U of A career. He has moved over to the offensive side and is working with the tight ends now. He's scored 2 touchdowns, I think, in the last 3 practices. So shout out Tyler Mustaine from Push Ridge Christian Academy for finding the end zone with Sawyer Anderson in twice already this week. So that was a pretty good way for them to end, which was not a very good series for the number 2s. Then the ones got back in there again, and it was not as easy. The second series was not as easy. In fact, the defense, I thought, won the second series with the ones. You had a number of guys that were pressured. Tay Brown had a real big pressure in that period. They forced Noah to run. And I usually, if the defense forces, I said this the other day, if the defense forces the quarterback to run in the team sessions, I normally mark that as a defensive win. However, it looked like it could have been a clean run for Noah, and he did get into the end zone. So I kind of gave that a half and half right there. I gave a half point to the offense and a half point to the defense. Keatron Harris, I mentioned his name a few days ago. This kid just continues to show up on tape. He's not in great shape yet, and he was before the team period began in the individual. I mean, I thought he was going to faint at one point. He was like gasping for air. And I was keeping an eye on him. I was starting to get a little concerned because he was kind of holding on to the heavy bag there. But then he got himself together, and then the team drill started, and he just continues to show up on tape. He had a run stuff. He had a fumble recovery as Sawyer Anderson fumbled the snap, and Key was right there to pounce on it. So I'm really impressed from Keatron Harris. And I mentioned 2 true freshmen. He's a true freshman. Kaisi Lafitaga is a true freshman. Both of them are defensive tackles. Again, that's a position maybe the Wildcats need a little bit more depth and strength at. And those 2 young freshmen have showed up on tape a lot this week. So continue to point them out. Sawyer Anderson had a touchdown in that period as well to Jordan Ross. So good to see Jordan Ross make his show up on tape as well. The best play of the day, though, went to Tyler Powell. Tyler Powell, and I think this might have been on 7-on-7 at this point. Tyler Powell had a one-handed grab. No, it wasn't 7-on-7. It was still 11-on-11. He had a one-handed grab in the end zone for a touchdown. Just literally went up and snared it and brought it down. Problem was there was holding on the play. And I believe that might have been Rhino Tapo Totai. So it was not necessarily a great day for the left guard position in the Arizona Wildcats offense. So I thought the offense maybe was just a smidge better, though, than the defense. So it was a close round. Round 8 was a close round. But, J-Dub, I think I'm going to give it to the offense today.
Even with all the holding.
Even with all the holding. Yeah, even with all the holding. Because they did make some really good. I mean, that first series was really, really something to see for Noah Fifita and company. And I just thought that overall they made enough plays to just barely get the win.
I think every Arizona Wildcat football fan is really excited to see what Danny Gonzalez's defense brings this year, replacing those guys in the secondary. However, I think Seth Dagy's offense, DK, in his second season, obviously got the senior all-time touchdown leader in Noah Fafita. There's a lot of great pieces, so it's really encouraging to hear how seamlessly that first drive went. A couple years back, those first drives were always, the early games were a little bit sketchy. And last year, if you remember, especially early in the season, they did a really good job of getting on the board early in games. And it's going to be so key because I'm not sure. You're obviously going to try to stop teams, but there's a lot of offensive firepower in the Big 12 and, much like the Pac-12 days. So you're going to look at, mid-30s games more often than not. So you got to make sure that you can keep up with other teams. And, with Seth Dagy entering his second season, those timing patterns being a lot tighter and Noah having a better command of the offense, I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what they do in the first game, the first real game that they play this year.
Some other shouts out on defense. Dominic Lolesio had a sack today. I had him in for a sack. Cooper Blomstrom. This is a name we haven't really talked a lot about. He's been getting a lot of run with the first team defense at linebacker. He's a senior transfer out of Georgetown. I didn't even know they played football at Georgetown. Cooper Blomstrom, 6'2", 245 pounds. He is out of Dover, New Hampshire, and played at Georgetown. And he's running with the ones a lot in that middle linebacker position. So he showed up quite a bit on tape. Had a sack, a play. Again, this was another one of those plays where it would have been a sack, but they let the play go. And you had a great juggling catch by Brandon Phelps, who we mentioned is coming back from knee injury. So he made a nice play on the ball. And then Dash Fafita again showed up on tape today. He had a run stuff on his brother. His brother tucked it and ran, and Dash was right there waiting for him.
I thought they were trying to avoid that scenario.
He didn't really, he just kind of tapped him.
Gave him a brotherly hug.
Two-hand touch kind of thing. He didn't try to blow him up or anything like that. Yes, because yesterday in practice, the new safety from USC, and I asked him to pronounce his name today, and I know I'm still going to mess it up here. It is Matai, how did he pronounce it? Tohahanga, I think was how he said. Tagahanga. It's spelled Tagoa'.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of had a blindside hit that really angered Brent Brennan and Danny Gonzalez, and they had to dress him down a little bit and then dress him back up and let him know, hey, we don't hit people from the side in this thing. That's not what practice is about. If a guy can't see you, then you don't need to be hitting him in practice.
I did hear his comments in the press conference today, DK, and he said when he gets out there on defense, he's just go. He's just going to try to go kill somebody, And that's difficult because you got to have that mentality in a lot of those positions, especially the active ones. But this time of year, you want to make sure that Noah and some of the skill guys stay as clean as possible.
But he's getting a lot of run with the ones, Matai is, so we'll keep an eye on him. He looks like he's actually converting. He's a linebacker who they're converting to safety. Looks more like a safety, a big safety. So, but you anticipate he's going to be somebody who can lay hat in the run game. So, again, but just got to be able to control that in the practice setting because we're not out there trying to get anybody hurt at this point. We want to make
Georgetown
sure everybody gets.
is FCS.
Yeah, they are.
Patriot League.
There you go, the Patriot League. They're in the Patriot League with Bucknell and all those schools.
Yep.
Colgate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See if I can name one more school from the Patriot. Oh, gosh. There's one that starts with an S. It's not Stetson. No, Stetson's not in the Patriot
Vermont.
League. Furman? Wait, Furman?
Furman.
Furman? I didn't know Furman was in the Patriot League.
I'm naming schools that start with an F.
No, I said S. I thought there was one that started with an S, too. I used to know more schools in the Patriot League back in the day. DK on the Sports Tip, 520-848-1290. That is your training camp, your fall camp recap for today. A 10-9 for the offense. They just made enough plays. Well, I did want to shout out Jabari Mann. Jabari Mann had a sack today for the defense as well. So didn't want to mention his name. Wrote it down. But yeah, just a few more plays for the offense today. Now it was close. It could have easily been even, but we gave it to the offense today.
Fordham, Holy Cross, Lafayette, Lehigh, Richmond.
I think that's what I was thinking.
The Villanova Wildcats.
Yeah.
And William and Mary.
William and Mary. All right. Go Patriot League. 520-848-1290. DKL the Sports Tip. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic Center. With collisions reported 29th Street near Columbus, 29th Street west of Columbus. I-10 at the Tangerine ramp. We got some slowing there. There's also road work and a reported collision. Tangerine at I-10. And a wreck on Catalina Highway at Milepost at 7. And for your weather, slight chance of rain this afternoon. 76 the low and 101 tomorrow. 96 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by My Doctor Now, your same-day family doctor.
Never wait to see your family doctor again. At My Doctor Now, you don't need to take time off work or even schedule ahead. Open 7 days a week. It's your family doctor. Available same day, every day, guaranteed. Go to My Doctor Now, your same-day family doctor.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do.
Coach Deggy's offense is so special. I've said that many times. I think the scheme is one of a kind.
Back time, Waits fires in zone. Touchdown!
Spectacular play by Noah Fafita.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams sale and get 30% off Duration, Superdeck, and Woodscapes products August 14th through the 24th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
This is a commercial with real words about Tobacco Barn, so let's get straight to the point. Tobacco Barn slices up to 40% off all your favorite tobacco products. You pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation.
Are you kidding me right now?
A rare chance to tell the tax man no.
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 Plus, at TobaccoBarn2Son.com, there's a coupon that can save you up to another $3. So check out the website.
This is a great moment in internet history.
Anyway, back to the main point.
What's going on around here?
Tobacco Barn slices up to 40% off all your favorite tobacco products. You can keep your city and state sales tax away from the tax man.
Ooh, that one hurt.
And save another $3 with a coupon at TobaccoBarn2Son.com. Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia. Check TobaccoBarn2Son.com.
Pump up the volume. Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, it's David Kelly, DK on the Sports Tip. Don't forget to download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app. It slaps. We've got full coverage of the Wildcats, the Suns, the Cardinals, the Diamondbacks, Pima College. Download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app today.
Good evening, ma'am. We're the Goodfellas AC Rapid Response Team, here for the overnight install of your new AC unit.
Great. Come in. We're so excited for a sleepover.
Oh, well, we're actually putting you and your family up in a hotel for the night.
We work while you sleep.
Oh.
Okay, who's ready for a movie night? Popcorn or s'mores?
That sounds pretty good.
No, it doesn't.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. Providing overnight installs so you don't miss work or leisure time with your family. GoodfellasAC.com.
Nobody covers your cats like we do. We are the home of your Arizona Wildcats. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hour number 2 of our show. Join at 520-848-1290. That is the number to get in on the show. Preseason game number 2 last night for your Arizona Cardinals. First time we've gotten a chance to see Jeremiah Love.
The best coverage of your Arizona Cardinals starts now.
Fresh set of downs for the Cardinals coming out of the 2-minute warning. Back to Jeremiah Love, and he hops a defender. Oh, man, has he been impressive here in the first half. Jeremiah Love up to 58 yards here in this opening half for Arizona.
I'm putting him in bubble wrap and see you September 13th. He's a special back.
He's going to be a fun back to watch.
Very special.
There you go. The announcer's like, we don't need to see any more of that. we know what he can do.
Bro, they're talking Adrian Peterson. It's been one preseason game, and that's what pretty much everybody, the running style. We talked a lot of Roger Craig recently, right, with the Hall of Fame induction, those high knees. I remember Peterson being pretty violent with those knees coming out of tackles. A little bit of that from Jeremiah Love yesterday.
11 carries for Jeremiah Love. He had 58 yards, 27-14. The final score, the Cardinals get the win. Gardner Minshew was 14 of 16, throwing the football, 101 yards. Jacoby Brissett started. He went 5 for 5, 44 yards. Let's hear some of the highlights from the first half as the Cardinals took a 21-14 advantage into the break.
They drafted Michael Penix. Last year he did go 5-3 as a starter. On third down, fires to Mayer. He is open. Touchdown Raiders. They're set to the end zone, into double coverage, touchdown! Marvin Harrison Jr. over the outstretched arms of Darian Porter. A 7-yard strike, and the Cardinals answer here in the first quarter. It's the former Notre Dame running back again getting the tote. And he drags Jackson out near the first down. Looks like he's got enough. On third down, into the backfield. Love breaks a tackle. First down, Arizona. And the number 3 overall pick picks up 11 yards. It's back-to-back handoffs. Oh, he shows the burst too.
I'm putting him in bubble wrap and see you September 13th. He's a special back.
He's going to be a fun back to watch.
Very special.
Minshew to the end zone. Simi Fehoko, touchdown. He had 1 catch last week. It was in the end zone. He's got 1 here, and touchdowns for Fehoko and back-to-back weeks for the Cardinals. A lot of things different, but wanting to get in the end zone, that's not different. Mendoza pumping, pressure, in trouble, and he's sacked. Walter Nolan back at the 11-yard line. It's a loss of 7. Fresh set of downs for the Cardinals coming out of the 2-minute warning. Back to Jeremiah Love, and he hops a defender. Oh, man, has he been impressive here in the first half. Jeremiah Love up to 58 yards here in this opening half for Arizona. Both teams out of timeouts. They're going right there. Back shoulder, touchdown. Jalen Brooks was big on the drive, a 6-yard score. Almost similar to the touchdown on the last drive to Fehoko. And Arizona 3 drives, 3 touchdowns here in their second preseason game.
Jalen Brooks, 6 catches, 52 yards. That touchdown you heard there, second straight game. Simi Fehoko has had a touchdown. Like to see that. Michael Wilson, a couple of catches for 23 yards. Jeremiah Love caught 3 balls out of the backfield as well for 14 yards. Marvin Harrison, that lone catch of his, a touchdown from Jacoby Brissett. Had him kind of running on the back of the end zone across cross route. And Brissett kind of eluded the rush and found him for the TD. So good things there for sure for your Arizona Cardinals. Walter Nolan getting a sack. Love to see that as well. 27-14 winners, and guys really looking good out there. That was the most important thing. Let's hear from Mike LaFleur. Address the guys. We love locker room tape. Let's hear Mike LaFleur addressing the team after the game.
Oh, you mean my Discover cashback?
So Mike LaFleur talked to the team, and we'll get that for you here shortly. A second preseason game for him. The one thing I think that you really got to like with this offense is just the efficiency we've seen. And it doesn't matter who the quarterback's been, whether that was Carson Beck in the first week or whether that was Jacoby Brissett. I mean, 4 incompletions last week for Carson Beck, 4 incompletions total this week between the 3 quarterbacks that were out there, Minshew, Slovis, and Brissett.
Well, it's funny because you talked about the false starts and the holding issues that the U of A had today. That was basically the only issue Mike LaFleur had, but 3 touchdowns in 3 drives, that'll get it done. Apologies for that technical issue, but we got it ready to go now.
All right, let's hear Mike LaFleur addressing the team in the locker room after the game.
And I don't care if it's ping pong, Uno, football, all right, whatever window we're in, all right, we're always going out there to win, all right, and give it up for yourself right there. I'll say this, though, okay? We're right back to work. Point blank, period. Camp is not over. This is just Camp Tempe. All right, we have a lot of work to do before we're peaking on September 13th. So don't get in your head just because we're out of Wigwam. All right, but we're right back to work. And the only way that you get better at football is to practice football. And we got to do it the right way. We're going to have a great block when we get back there. All right, where are we at here? Mac Wilson, bring it up, babe.
Stay together, fellas. It's always good to learn and correct after the dub. But let's keep stacking. Cars on 3, 1, 2, 3, cars.
Mac Wilson Sr. leading the break there at the end. He had a couple of tackles last night. Roy Lopez, Arizona Wildcat, spent a year here, and Dad coached over at Sunnyside. He had a couple of tackles. A lot of the starters got in there. Max Melton last night. LJ Collier. Great to see all of those guys in the ball game and performing and getting ready for the regular season. That is preseason. They'll play 4, like the Panthers are going to play 4 this preseason. So the next game up for the Cardinals will be next week. And even now, 1 win, 1 loss, they'll take on the Dallas Cowboys. That will be at State Farm Stadium. That'll be their lone home game of the preseason next Saturday night at 7 o'clock against the Cowboys before they finish up with things in Green Bay on August the 28th. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. What did you think of what you saw from your Cardinals last night? That wasn't obviously that story coming out of there as well, as you had a couple of Arizona Wildcats on the other side of the coin defensively. Dalton Johnson had 4 tackles in the ball game. Traden Stukes had 3 tackles and a solo as well. And I want to play you what we were at camp today, and we heard from Brett Arce. And Brett Arce talked about watching the new NFL DBs who used to play here in Tucson, what it was like to watch those guys suit up last night.
Man, it was unbelievable. So, there's a sliding scale. You either go meet or dinner, meet, you could vice versa. So we had meetings so we could all go to dinner and watch it together. And, before team meetings. So I had probably like 45 minutes. I watched the second series. I watched the first punt when Dalton got the tackle. Stukes was running down on it too. It was just so cool. It was heartwarming for me. I was so proud of those guys. And then just to see the reaction of all their teammates. Everybody's cheering when they're making the plays. After that punt, the Raiders were on defense. Stukes makes a big tackle. Everybody's in there going crazy. It's really cool. It's cool for me and it's cool for the guys, man. It's cool to just see how tight everybody is and how they root for one another.
And the third guy in that mix, Genesis Smith, not in Las Vegas with the Raiders, but also in that AFC West with the San Diego Chargers. He showed up on tape last night.
So a fresh set of downs from the 18 in the red zone as Mills goes to work, looking for it all in the end zone. That one is picked off, but was he in bounds? Genesis Smith with the one-hand pick, but he's out of bounds, and it's 2nd and 10.
This guy is some kind of player, Genesis Smith from the Chargers. He played at Arizona. He played every position at Arizona. That is a magnificent catch.
It really was. It was a beautiful one-handed snare. Unfortunately, he only got 1 foot down in bounds. It's to me, it's one thing. If I was going to change one rule in college football, it would be the 2 feet down rule. That in college you only have to have 1 foot down. That's an interception in college. But it's not an interception in the NFL because you didn't get both feet down. I would change that rule in college football and make the guys have to have 2 feet down for catches, interceptions, and on the offensive side of the ball.
Is there any better display of athleticism and what the NFL is all about than a dude dragging 2 toes along the sideline?
Yeah, absolutely.
At full extension?
Absolutely. That's what you want to see from these guys. But just beautiful athleticism there in terms of Genesis getting up to that ball and making the one-hand snare. So he showed up on tape last night in his first preseason game as well. Looking forward to these guys continuing to push like Coach LaFleur said. Hey, still plenty of camp left. Still plenty of work to do before you actually become a Cardinal or a Raider or a Charger. You're not that yet. You're on the road to that, but you're not that just yet. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Cricket is back with us right now. It is 4:13 in the afternoon, which means it's time for us to get our minds right.
Okay.
Yeah. Because Cricket's got quotes.
The sea, once it casts its spell, holds one in its net of wonder forever.
The sea.
Once it casts its spell.
That's got to be like some Hemingway type stuff.
Kind of close. It's a sea explorer. The sea, once it casts its
Jacques
spell.
Cousteau.
Yes, that's it. He was
That's
so
the
cool.
only sea explorer I know.
Yeah, you're
Cousteau.
right. Jacques Cousteau.
Was he the one? Was he Wild Kingdom? Was that Jacques Cousteau? No.
No.
That was, who was that?
I can't think his name. Jacques Cousteau was similar, but 60s, 70s, 80s.
Who's really,
What was a Bill
cool.
Murray movie? The Wes Anderson movie. Basically, he plays Jacques Cousteau in that too.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. My grandfather used to watch Wild Kingdom. I forget the guy who hosted that.
He was the one that terrorized Johnny Carson, right?
With wild animals?
Right.
Oh, that's awesome.
Probably. All right, Jacques Cousteau. Yeah, that's that. I would not have thought that he was a quoter. That's a good one, Cricket.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I like
He
that.
was a documentarian. So.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
One of those deals where you take a lot of footage from those old, grainy 60s and 70s cameras, and then you get back to the studio and you review the film and you do a voiceover. That's what he did.
I watched him all the time. I think it was on PBS, and I can't remember if it was Saturdays or Sundays.
Ah.
But like every Saturday or Sunday, and I thought the sea terrified me, but I was so fascinated. He's really cool.
Give it to the people one more time.
The sea, once it casts its spell, holds one in its net of wonder forever.
There you go. Jacques Cousteau, the legend.
It was The Life Aquatic was the name of that Wes Anderson movie.
The Life Aquatic.
Yeah, Life Aquatic. Great
There
movie.
you go. All right, Cricket will be back in the 5 o'clock hour. She's going to have more about what's happening in Southern Arizona this weekend. Plus, we will give her a game or an event to pick coming up as well. Right now, she's getting you home
Hope
every
you
20
like
minutes.
Again?
Maybe. You never know.
Okay.
In fact, I missed, I think, our window because I think our tennis match started at 4. So we'll have to come back to that later in this hour. Actually, no, it starts at 5. So we're fine. I think we're fine on that. Oh, no, actually, no, it started at 4. So we, let me see.
Maybe there's some weather.
Let me see if it started here. I might just give it to you now. Not you, Cricket, but just give the people the pick that I was going to give them because it was a tennis match that was starting. But
I got it ready to go.
Let me see here real quick if it started. I can't. All right, we're going to come
How you been,
back.
Cricket? What's up?
Yeah, we're going to come back. to
Talk
that.
amongst yourselves.
We're going to come back to that. Cricket's getting you home. No, actually, it starts at, it's starting about 4:15. They did get pushed back, but not quite enough. All right, let's play it real quick for the people, J-Dub.
Pat Boyle here to help you beat the books with Westwood One Sports. The lead up to the U.S. Open continues with day 2 at the Cincinnati Masters, and I think American Jensen Brooksby gets the win tonight. Brooksby's playing Jaime Faria, whose strongest surface is clay, but has done a nice job qualifying for this tournament. Brooksby has started to stack wins over the last 2 months after a bad start to the season. He's proven on American soil. I think he should easily be more than a minus 140 favorite. So I'll gladly take Brooksby on the money line to get the win. I'm Pat Boyle, Bet Smarter and Beat the Books. Download the BetMGM app today.
All right, now we could not get that at minus 140 because when it was already down to minus 155. So minus 155, and that is Jensen Brooksby over Jaime Faria tonight in the Cincinnati Open. And that game is just underway. So actually, it's still on the board. So if you want to go bet it now, you can get it's up to 165. So bet it quickly. I don't know why sometimes they take these games off the board or these matches off the board right when they start, but that one is still on there. So maybe there's a reason for that, but you can still bet it right now over at BetMGM. Jensen Brooksby. All right, Cricket. Now she's going to take you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic anyway.
And so we got some slowdowns. Westbound Ahaway at Mission and westbound Speedway approaching I-10. Some slowing there. Busy travel as usual. For traffic on Alvernon at Grant with road work there. Collisions that are reported at Sandario and Barnett. Camino Verde and Bop Road. Catalina Highway at Milepost 7. Also crash reported. I-10 and Tangerine reported on Tangerine at I-10. There's also road work there, so expect some slowing. Flood advisory in effect until 6:30 tonight. 76 will be our low, 101 tomorrow, and a 96 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by My Doctor Now, your same-day family doctor.
Never wait to see your family doctor again. At My Doctor Now, you don't need to take time off work or even schedule ahead. Open 7 days a week. It's your family doctor. Available same day, every day, guaranteed. Go to My Doctor Now, your same-day family doctor.
We bring you all the news and stories of your Arizona Wildcats. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Wildcats Radio 1290 for the latest highlights and commentary. Your home for U of A athletics, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
"You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa."
"Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis."
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist and ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Everyone loves a backyard barbecue, but who has the time? I'm Josh Bishop, owner of Fork and Fire in Oro Valley and Catalina. My brother, best friend, and I have been cooking for one another and our neighbors for years, and we still get to live our passion every day at Fork and Fire. In Oro Valley, you'll discover bold, smoky brisket, ribs, pulled pork, and many creative dishes paired with local craft beers on tap and specialty cocktails. Fork and Fire, your neighborhood backyard barbecue, where great food meets good times and strong community. Join us today at Fork and Fire, Oro Valley, and in Catalina.
He's kind and he's funny and he's also mustachioed. He solves all your problems by the end of every episode. TV Dad. Everyone loves TV Dad. TV Dad. Unlike your real dad, he never hollers. And he tells you how Progressive can save you lots of dollars.
Listen to your TV Dad. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary.
It's summertime, and Aleve is here to keep you on the go.
Whether it's planes, trains, or automobiles, Alev's got your back with up to 12 hours of back pain relief. With just one dose, you'll get to your destination and be ready for your next adventure. So pack your sunscreen, your shades, and your Aleve. No matter where your final stop, Aleve will keep you moving. From sunup to sundown, Aleve's got your back this summer. Feel Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a social media manager.
Did you just post our Q4 earnings to your personal social media?
Oh yeah, used the trending audio and everything.
That's confidential financial data.
Relax. It only went a little viral.
The SEC just commented with the eyeball watching emoji.
This is a job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
The Cup is coming home.
Firing, caught, touchdown Arizona. Braden Stooks picks it off, takes it right away.
Congrats to Brett Brennan, Noah Fafita, and your Arizona Wildcats on their 9-win season and dominant victory in Tempe over that school up north.
The Cats win the Cup. They win their 9th game of the season, and they do it emphatically tonight up here in Tempe.
Bear down. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Oh my gosh, Ted, why are you digging up the yard?
I'm looking for that stupid pipe. The bathroom drain is still clogged.
Shouldn't we call Goodfellas AC and Plumbing? You know, the professionals.
I found the pipe.
Whatever clogs your drains, leave it to the professionals at Goodfellas AC and Plumbing. The choice your family can count on for quick, reliable plumbing service using Permaliner to fix pipes and drains without digging up the yard. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Tip 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Call us, text us. It's the fall camp phase of our year here at the University of Arizona. Football, volleyball, soccer's even got a game coming up this Saturday as well. And we're pleased to be joined by the junior star of the Arizona volleyball team, Carly Cisneros. And Carly, third year. Does it seem like it's been 3 years or going on year 3 here in Tucson?
No, absolutely not. Like, I feel like just yesterday I was in a dorm. It's crazy. Time's been flying here.
Yeah, here you got an apartment with a pool now.
I do have an apartment with a pool. Yes, I do. Yep.
How many is that something you can invite a lot of the teammates? We were talking earlier in the week to Destiny, and she says she hangs out at your pool sometimes. I mean, how many people come over and hang out at Carly's pool?
I mean, it depends. It's an open invite. I love having people over, especially Des and JT. They're my girls, but like definitely the whole team. We bond over there for sure.
Another young lady, we obviously Destiny from the middle America as well, coming in here, and there's been some change with the team. How do you like the new young ladies that have come in to start this season?
Yeah, well, there's 9 new girls since the spring, and since I was playing beach, I didn't really have a chance to get to know them very much. But I mean, they've acclimated very well, and the team camaraderie is really good this year. And they're amazing people who all came here with the same goals as the girls already on the team, which is really good.
Change is obviously kind of part of what college athletics is right now, and you work so well with Avery Scoggins the last 2 years as the setter. How tough was that to see her leave?
It was definitely hard. You know, Avery's a great volleyball player and a great person, so it was sad to see her go, but I'm very happy for her. I hope she's enjoying life at Vandy. But the 2 new setters we have here are also very talented, so I'm excited to see how well we do with them too.
Yeah, it was interesting when, obviously 2 years ago, Rita decided to hand the keys to a true freshman, which we had not seen here in a lot of years. But now, obviously, with that change, she decided to bring in 2 veteran setters. How important was that to have 2 young ladies coming in for you that have played this at a high level versus maybe handing the keys to another true freshman?
Yeah, it was very important to me that we had a setter that could come in with experience, because over the past 2 years, we've made a lot of huge strides here as a program, and we wanted to continue building off of that. And it's a lot easier to do that when you have setters who have been doing that as well for a couple years now.
Yeah, you've been here since the beginning with Rita, first year of her as head coach of the program. What are some of those strides that you've been most pleased with to see the program go from day one when you got here to now the beginning of year 3?
Yeah, well, my freshman year, it was the first year in the Big 12, so I'm really happy with how we performed there for the first time. And then, of course, we were really upset to be one of the last 4 out of the NCAA tournament, but we won the NIVC. And we were like, next year's our year, we're going to make the tournament. And then we did just that and made it to the second round. So this year, we're just going to keep pushing further is the goal.
And it's tough now because you've been to that NCAA tournament. You want to keep stacking NCAA tournaments. You mentioned 9 new girls coming in. How quickly can everybody get on the same page with what the process is here, and how much of a leadership role have you taken in kind of outlining how it works and how it needs to be done?
Well, honestly, that's college volleyball now. Like, so many transfers now because of the portal. So it's a race between us and a bunch of other teams that are experiencing the same thing. But the leadership role is definitely easy for me and Brenna and Journey, the girls that have been here who are now veterans. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. But are now veterans to this team. And it's also very helpful that the girls coming in are also older and they get it and they've played and they've been there. So now we're just bringing in a lot of girls who know what they're doing, and as well as the freshmen coming in, you know, they came from very competitive club teams and they're definitely competing with the older girls. So it's just, the energy in the gym is really good, and it's easy to be a leader on a team where everyone wants to be on.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, the first 2 years you had that older hitter like a Jalen Hodge or Jordan Wilson, and now that's you. Are you ready for that responsibility?
I mean, look at who I had to look up to. You know, playing with Jalen and Jordan my freshman year was great for me because honestly, like, they took a very heavy load of the offense, and it was just my job to get them good passes, you know, and then hit when I had the opportunity to. And then last year, being Jordan's opposite was amazing because she's a very talented hitter, and I learned a lot from her as well. And then now it's my turn to be a leader. It's my turn to step up, and Des coming in as well, and Peyton, they're also older, so I feel like it's going to be a good year. I'm excited.
So, yeah, I mean, how excited are you now? This is your chance to really shine as the top hitter on this program.
I'm really excited for this year. I think it's going to be really good volleyball. Like, it's just, we're in practice and it's so competitive, and the volleyball IQ in the gym is very high, and it's just good volleyball, and it's really fun to play when it's, you know, good.
You mentioned at the top of the interview that you played beach this year, which you did not do the first year. What went into that decision now to branch out and make that a part of your collegiate life?
Well, I always wanted to play beach. I talked to Rita a little bit about it when I was being recruited, and she always told me I'd have the opportunity to. She just wanted me to have a few years under my belt, especially since I started my freshman year, and she wanted me to, you know, establish my role on the indoor team before I ever branched out. And a big reason I did it was because I wanted to jump higher. I wanted to be faster. Like, I wanted to improve my game still because I still have so much more room to grow. And beach was a very good way to do that because the sand makes you quicker, and honestly, it was amazing competing with the sand team. It also was amazing competing with Reagan, and we had a really good year. So I'm glad to be back in indoor, though, for sure.
Carly Cisneros is our guest, junior outside hitter for your Arizona Wildcats. Red-Blue game coming up on Saturday at McHale Center. You mentioned, obviously, the things that you get from beach that can help you here on the indoor side. I mean, I remember when the program first started, there was a lot of crossover. Now there's not as much crossover. Do you think we'll get back to a point where we see a lot of the indoor girls maybe go out there and compete in the springtime?
Honestly, no, because honestly, competing in beach, those girls, you can tell they've been training in that sand since they were young. I remember one of my first tournaments, the sand was so hot, but I look around me and all these girls are fine. And I'm like, oh, I have to be fine now. I guess I can't complain. So it's just, they're a different breed, honestly. And it was cool transferring over, kind of seeing, you know, the other side of it. Because I used to think they were so similar, but they're completely different sports.
So obviously you play in the fall, played in the spring, so I'd imagine summertime was basically just recovery and training. What was those months like for you, May, June, July, leading up to the camp starting?
Getting back into indoor, honestly, I was kind of nervous because jumping in indoor, I was like, oh, I can jump a little higher now. This is great. And
what's your vertical?
Oh, I mean, before this, I was barely touching 10, and now I was touching like 10.2. It went up quite a bit, but honestly, it was just great to be back in the gym. So this summer was really about like lifting, getting my court shoes on, and getting right back into service, even hitting.
Will we see different things offensively now with you kind of being the primary hitter?
I think we'll see a lot of things differently offensively just because we have a whole new offense. I mean, whole new setter. The only hitters that are returning are like me, Renee, and Britt. But other than that, and obviously Journey. But a lot of the middles and outsides, everything's new. So it's just going to be a totally new offense this year.
Yeah, well, I mentioned some of the departures. Sydney Vanek, who went out and had an awesome track spring and got herself a scholarship over at USC. It's amazing when we get a chance to see, like you play essentially two sports, although they're basically the same, to have athletes that can compete in two sports at this level nowadays. We don't see it a lot, but it's fun when you do get a chance to see athletes like that.
Yeah, definitely. I'm super happy for Sydney. She's an amazing track athlete. I honestly think she was just doing volleyball for fun. Like, she was just there to have a good time, honestly, and it was great, and her energy was so amazing. So she will definitely be missed. But yeah, playing two sports, it's really special when you get to do it because it's two new teams, two new environments, and it's a lot of fun.
Carly Cisneros is our guest, outside hitter for your Arizona Wildcats. So in terms of outside interest, a lot of the folks, athletes have foundations and that kind of thing. Are you doing anything along those lines? What kind of drives you away from volleyball?
Honestly, I've been really into reading lately. Books is something I've definitely found myself.
Toby Awaka of the volleyball team.
Oh, is he a reader? I've met him a couple times. He just seems like a sweetheart, but he would read. He definitely would read books.
He did.
Yeah. No, this year I'm in a book club with like my mom and my brother's girlfriend and like my aunts and stuff. It's something fun I do. It just like gives your brain a break and gets to doing other things and getting lost in a book. Honestly, I really enjoy.
Okay, so what's the best? I asked Toby this question every time I interviewed him. What book are you reading right now?
I just finished the Powerless series. It's basically like a dystopian kind of vibe, but it was really good actually. It was Powerless, Reckless, and Fearless, and it was all about this woman who was ordinary and became something more, but everyone else had powers and she didn't. So that's
what's Carly's superpower?
Oh my gosh, what's my superpower? I don't know, in the gym or like just in life?
In life.
I think I'm really good at just making people smile. Like, I'm really good at just like being what that person needs me to be in that moment. I think that's my superpower.
There you go. That's a good superpower to have. What restaurant are you taking all the new girls to?
Oh my gosh. Okay, definitely Mexican. There's this one Mexican place, I cannot think of it, but it's where they have the live mariachi band in front of you and they make guac right at your table. It's really, really fun. And I took my whole family there when
Geez, that's not, Guadalajara Grill. Is that Guadalajara Grill they do that?
No, but Guads is really good too. I need to take the team there. I haven't taken the new team there. That I'll put that on the list.
That one on the list for sure. I asked this question earlier in the week to Destiny. Was there a volleyball player that you looked up to when you were growing up that really made you want to be great at this?
Brooke Nunneveller, I would say. I really loved her game. She was a libero her freshman year at Oregon, and she always wanted to be an outside hitter, but she was undersized. She was like 5'10", and then she proved to them that she could be, and she was an outside hitter her last 3 years, but she was like the best outside hitter passer in the country. And that's always something I kind of prided myself in. It was my serve receive ability and my ability to play 6 rotations. And she specialized in 2 of the most important aspects of the game, which is serve receive and out of system hitting. And those are the 2 things I always worked the hardest on because I wanted to be like her.
We've been searching for a 6 rotation player in this program forever. What does that mean for you to kind of be one of the few that's been able to accomplish that in recent years?
It's a really big deal for me because that's always been the goal. I mean, talking to Rita when I wanted to come here, she told me that I had the opportunity, but I'd have to earn it, and I really, really wanted it. But when you get to college, wanting it isn't enough, so you really have to work at it, and I think that it was just, when I finally got it, it was amazing. It was a surreal feeling.
I mentioned in an interview earlier this week, just kind of like, obviously professional volleyball is growing. What are your thoughts on some of these professional leagues that we've got going now? Do you aspire to that? Do you aspire to play internationally at some point, maybe when your time here is over?
I think what's going on right now in volleyball is really cool. It's a really big deal, and the game is just growing more and more, and it's becoming more fun to watch, and more people are finding the game and finding it interesting, and girls are starting to play at a younger age. I mean, I know my younger sisters are live, eat, breathe, sleep volleyball because of me and all the other girls that are doing great things, and I think pro volleyball is really cool. Playing internationally makes me nervous because overseas makes me a little nauseous, but I think I could do it. I think I could. But the leagues here are also amazing. So I don't know, maybe pro volleyball is in the future.
Do you just not like going overseas? Is it like the travel of it, or is it just you're kind of a close to home type of person?
I'm definitely a homebody, but I can travel overseas. I love traveling, but living there for 6 months away from civilization here that I've known my whole life is a little nerve-wracking, I will say, but I bet I could do it. You know, Jordan's doing great stuff in Korea right now, so if she can do it, I can do it too, right?
There you go. Following the great footsteps of one Jordan Wilson, and you can't go wrong. Carly, looking forward to your number 3 here, and what you're going to be able to do to uplift this team, hopefully to a second straight tournament appearance this year.
Thank you so much.
Carly Cisneros, outside hitter junior for your Arizona Wildcats. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5. She's got your traffic and your weather.
From the Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic Center. Collisions reported golf links in Wilmot. Possible wreck. We do have some slowdowns from the northbound merge from Alvernon to eastbound golf links. Swan and Skyline, a hit and run. Sandario and Barnett. Bop Road and Camino Verde. Tangerine at I-10, there's also road work there and some slowing and a crash that was reported on Catalina Highway at milepost 7. A flood advisory in effect until 6:30 tonight, 76, the low 101 tomorrow and 97 now. And I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather
This
together.
report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Experience the new $3 Pepper Jack Steak Burrito in Melty or Fresca. Now one of 10 items for $3 or less on the new Lux Value Menu. Limited time at participating stores while supplies last. Prices vary, tax extra.
Did you hear what we're talking about?
Let's hope we don't wait another 4 years to pay attention to soccer.
What are you going to get your Columbus Crew kit there, DK?
That's the only team in Ohio, so I guess I got to rep the Crew.
DK on the Sports Tip, weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
First overall pick, Fernando Mendoza showed glimpses of why he was selected by the Raiders to be the future of the franchise. 10 of 16 for 97 yards, including a 79-yard touchdown drive. Kirk Cousins started the game for the Raiders, going 5 of 6 for 50 yards and a touchdown in his only drive. Mendoza probably didn't do anything to change the coaching staff's mind that he should start the regular season, but he definitely showed that he belonged. I'm Adam Abdallah.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/groundadvantage to learn more.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, upgrade to a Tempur-Pedic and learn how you can get 3% back plus an instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Here she comes! Surprise! They sent a duplicate shipment to your flower shop! Now you have to pay for 1,000 extra carnations! Also, there's a beehive outside your store! And they're super aggressive! There's thousands of them!
Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise, saving 10% or more on commercial auto insurance when you pay in full.
Also, the egg salad you just ate was expired! Gross!
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. It's August already, the month we shift our attention away from potholes and road construction and back to school traffic. And our shorter backpack-toting neighbors jumping from the corner bus stop through crosswalks and towards those big yellow buses. So eyes up, cell phones down, and stay alert. This month at Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, we're getting drivers like you ready with all kinds of specials to keep the wheels on your bus going round and round. Specials like free brake inspections and all the tire brands you trust at prices that beat the warehouse clubs and national chains. And Jack Furrier has the budget-friendly brands to Arizona-proof your daily commute and make your daily driving, stopping, starting, and swerving so much better. So make an appointment online, call ahead, or just stop by for savings all month long at any of our 14 award-winning locations. And let's remember to keep our eyes up, cell phones down, and get everyone where they need to go safely. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, we're here to get you there.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Nobody covers your cats like we do.
Spivey in the open. Touchdown, Arizona.
The biggest improvement to the passing game, the timing that Noah has got with his receivers.
He's progressing at a great pace. It's not just one guy that's getting all the passes. If you want to lock down, who you lock down? You definitely want to make sure that Spivey doesn't touch the ball because all he does is touch it and run into the end zone. It's just amazing how he's connecting with all these receivers.
We are Wildcats Radio, 1290.
Attention! Did you or a loved one receive Depo-Provera birth control shots and later develop a meningioma brain tumor? Listen carefully. You may qualify to seek significant compensation. Visit GoVictory21.com now for a free case review. Thousands of women have filed lawsuits alleging that repeated Depo-Provera injections increased their risk of meningioma without adequate warning. Now, a global settlement agreement has been reached in the Depo-Provera litigation, and attorneys are continuing to review potential claims. Visit GoVictory21.com now to see if you qualify to seek compensation. If you or a loved one received multiple Depo-Provera injections and were later diagnosed with a meningioma brain tumor, you may be eligible to pursue compensation, but time is limited. Strict filing deadlines may apply, and waiting could mean losing your opportunity to take action. Don't wait. Visit GoVictory21.com today for your free, confidential case review. That's GoVictory21.com. GoVictory21.com.
Paid advertisement for non-attorney spokesperson. Victory Legal Network is not a law firm. Cases may be referred to participating law firms. Compensation is not guaranteed.
Paid for by Victory Legal Network.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
The Carolina Panthers are back on the field tomorrow.
Second down and 8. Four-man rush. Young in the pocket. Steps up. Fires over the middle. He's got McMillan. 45 of Arizona. Off to the races. Downfield. Inside the 35. Inside the 30. And finally brought down at the 22-yard line of Arizona. Biggest reception of Teteroa McMillan's young career.
We are Southern Arizona's home to T-Mac.
Steps away, fires, scores, touchdown! Another one for Teteroa McMillan.
Lathan Ransom.
And it's intercepted. It's a takeaway. Lathan Ransom.
And the Carolina Panthers. The best coverage starts now.
Preseason game number 2 for the Panthers will be in Buffalo at the new stadium tomorrow. Bryce Young did not play last week, and he will, however, play this week. Head coach Dave Canales on all of the quarterbacks who will see action Saturday.
Yeah, we'll get Bryce in there. A couple of series, kind of gauge it based on how many plays are accumulated within those 2 or 3. We'll go to Kenny after that. Kenny will play a good amount. He'll finish off the first half, come out into the second half, go for a period of time, and then we'll have Kyle come in and finish the game.
Haynes King played last week, obviously. He suffered an injury. Nothing they think is going to be too long, but Haynes King will not appear in the game tomorrow in Buffalo. Bryce Young will get the start. Tetro McMillan this week was asked by the folks at the NFL Network to describe his quarterback, Bryce Young.
I don't know, man. I guess everybody sees him as a quiet guy, nice guy, genuine guy, but on that field, man, he's a killer for sure. I got to give it to him.
Killer. That is a hard term. Bryce Young looks like just such a nice kid. I mean, he does. He looks like a nice kid. He doesn't come off as anybody that would be necessarily phrased like that. Even if he, could play at the highest level. I don't know if I would ever categorize him as a killer, but that's what Tetro McMillan described him as. And Bryce was asked by the folks at the NFL Network about that label given to him by T-Mac.
Obviously a lot of my interactions sometimes with the public is stuff like this, interviews, and maybe act that way. I wouldn't say I'm different, but the other side,
you got the flip.
Yeah, the
switch turns on.
There's another side that is the performance and go out there and
competitive.
Exactly. I think you ask people on the team, guys that have been around, probably get a little bit more exposure to that than maybe the outside world. But, for me, I want to I'm wherever the team needs me to be. It's in my nature to make sure as a leader that we're doing the right thing and I'm whatever they need. So I enjoy that.
Who was when you think of obviously the term killer, you think of a menacing
Steve Kerr.
You think of a menacing quarterback. Who was the most menacing, evil-looking? I'm trying to think of like an evil-looking quarterback.
I don't think I've ever seen
in the National Football League.
I don't think I've ever seen Ben Roethlisberger smile.
Yeah, that's the name that came to my mind too. I was thinking Big Ben Roethlisberger kind of had that menacing appeal to him. I'm trying to think of who else.
Not a lot, though. Like, when I think of great quarterbacks, I think because coming up was like the Montanas of the world, and even the Elways. And those guys are super chill and competitive as it gets. But dealing with the media or dealing with teammates, they weren't 100 all the time, right?
No.
They definitely were chill at times and didn't really kind of come off with that mean mugging look all the time.
Maybe we'll have to make that our question of the day. Who's the most menacing quarterback in terms of play and look? Because if you're going to be menacing, you have to have played at a high level. Would you put Jim McMahon in that? He was another one that kind of came to my mind. He was kind of a hard-looking character.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jim McMahon definitely was his own person, right? Like, he had his own thing going on, and nobody was going to ever tell him who he was, that whole thing. And
Kenny Stabler, maybe?
Yeah, I'm a little young for Stabler. I think he was a little before my time. But I think there's a lot of guys who are super serious. I mean, not necessarily that, killer, but how about like Favre, right? I mean, he always kind of had that very stern look on his face.
Favre would be one of those guys, too. I'm trying to think of any guys from this century that would kind of fit into that mold. If you know one,
definitely Baker Mayfield for sure.
Baker, yeah, he might be a guy. Yeah, he had that. He played the bad boy part pretty good. I mean, I would say on the college level, maybe Johnny Manziel could have been that guy too, but he didn't have the success at the National Football League level to carry a moniker of being a menacing
less of a killer, more of an instigator, I think was Manziel.
520-848-1290 if you have a thought on that as well. Dave Canales talked about the difference he has seen in Tetro McMillan so far this season.
Just level of comfort in the system, and he's certainly gotten bigger and stronger over the offseason, making himself more available on some of those tighter contested throws at the line of scrimmage. Just really hasn't had an issue this camp getting off the line just with that. He's really translating all the work that he did in the offseason, having a plan coming out here, just a second year in the system, but then also just the physical nature that he's playing with. I'm really excited where he's at.
Bryce's timing throws. Was that the case on that throw to Mitch Evans a couple
Yes. Yeah, that was a great catch by Mitch. It's something we wanted to see, and really...
There you go. Dave Canales talking a little bit about Tetro McMillan. 9 o'clock kickoff, or 9 o'clock pregame tomorrow. Let's get some more on your Panthers from the folks down in Charlotte.
This Panther Update is brought to you by UNC Charlotte.
Panthers' next preseason game is tomorrow afternoon in Buffalo as they look to build off their opening last-second victory against the Cardinals. I'm Jim Zoki with the Panthers Update after this.
Hey, Panthers fans. Not every injury happens on the field. Car wrecks, work injuries, slip and falls. When you're hurt, you need more than a quick sub off the bench. You need America's largest injury law firm. There's a reason Morgan & Morgan has over 1,100 lawyers in 100 offices nationwide. A reason we've recovered more than $35 billion for people just like you. And a reason we never charge a dime unless we win. Morgan & Morgan, proud partner of the Carolina Panthers. Injured? Dial pound law. Jonathan M. Smith, forthepeople.com. North Carolina lawyer will handle North Carolina cases. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
It's DK on the Sports Tip. Did you hear what we're talking about?
Jim Anderson is our guest, head men's golf coach at the University of Arizona.
Credit to the guys and the team. We talk about this throughout the whole year, but we want a level of professionalism and an incredibly high level of composure when they play. And when we're playing in tournaments throughout the spring or fall or what have you, those are things that we're coaching into them in those moments.
DK on the Sports Tip, weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on Wildcats Radio, 1290.
The second of the Panthers' 4 preseason games is at Buffalo tomorrow. Starters will play between 10 to 20 reps to open the game. Offensive coordinator Brad Idzik is pleased with what he's seen overall from his group.
No, it's been a great first couple weeks of camp. Really excited about the guys, and the progress they've made, the details they're pouring into, and really Bryce driving the ship, and the guys doing a great job of understanding like the big picture stuff that we're trying to accomplish. So excited for another opportunity this week in Buffalo to put it all together and make it to come to life.
Defensively, Carolina was near the bottom of the league in quarterback sacks last season, making that a big point of emphasis to improve. Defensive coordinator Ejiro Evero feels like schematically they know how to attack it.
That's a big part of our pass rush emphasis this year is just making sure that we're coordinated. We're 4 or 5, rushing is 1. Because, look at our schedule. We got Caleb Williams to start. We got Lamar Jackson. We got Baker Mayfield, and just on and on and on. We got all these guys, and so we've got to do a great job of containing the quarterback.
The Panthers will be playing the first game at Buffalo's brand-new Highmark Stadium. I'm Jim Zoki on the Carolina Panthers Radio Network.
This Panther Update has been brought to you by UNC Charlotte. Built for a top-tier city. The difference is Charlotte. UNC Charlotte.
All right, one player we will not see tomorrow for the Panthers is running back Chuba Hubbard, who's dealing with a little bit of an injury. Let's get the latest on that from head coach Dave Canales.
We got an MRI on it. He got a hamstring. It's a legit hamstring. It's week to week right now the way we see it. So we're going to get him in RTP. We're going to get him some treatment. Very confident he'll be ready for game 1. Trying to get him out there sooner than that. But again, we'll be smart about it. We'll get him back in the appropriate time.
All right, so slight calf injury. You're likely going to miss multiple games. I don't know if you really need again. Chuba's one of those guys. You probably don't need to play him much in the preseason whatsoever at all. So hopefully he is back and ready to go once the season kicks off here in about 4 weeks. Coverage again begins at 9 a.m. tomorrow here on Wildcats Radio 1290. We are your official Southern Arizona home for Carolina Panthers football. Teto McMillan, Lathan Ransom, Keon Bars as well on the preseason roster for the Panthers. Arizona Wildcat defensive lineman class of 2023 before heading over to USC to finish out his college career. And kickoff is 10 o'clock against the Bills. We want to talk some Carolina Panthers. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. DK on the Sports Tip. Coming up in the 5 o'clock hour, we are going to celebrate the life of Mark Lunsford, longtime coach here at the University of Arizona, football coach for the Wildcats. Touched the lives of many men across multiple decades that he spent involved with the Arizona Wildcats football program. We had a chance to chat with him a couple of seasons ago on our pregame show with Kelvin Ifan. We will let you hear that interview with Coach Lunsford coming up here in the 5 o'clock hour. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic Center. Alvernon and Golf Links crash occurred there. The northbound merge from Alvernon to eastbound Golf Links. Swan and Skyline, that was a hit and run. Another crash at Wilmot and Golf Links, collision on Bop Road near Camino Verde and Sandario and Barnett. Some slowing westbound Ajo at Mission. A flood advisory until 6:30 tonight, 76 the low, 101 tomorrow, 95 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Try the new Crispy Chicken Chipotle Bacon Melt Burrito. Loaded with Chipotle seasoned bacon. A brand new classic at participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only, while supplies last.
Congrats to Tommy Lloyd and your Arizona Wildcats on a historic season.
Braden Smith will not foul him. Wildcats headed to their 5th Final Four.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
14 teams believed, 12 were wrong. The Indoor Football League National Championship hits the Tucson Convention Center on Sunday, August 16th. It's football full throttle. The best players, the biggest hits, the only game that matters. Don't just hear about it, be a part of it. History will happen. Get your tickets now. The IFL National Championship, Sunday, August 16th at the Tucson Convention Center.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-885-3300. 800-885-3300.
Unlock the savings at Boost Mobile and save up to $600 a year. I've been scouting these big carriers for a minute now, and I've seen them pull the same play 1,000 times. They promise you the world, then hit you with a price hike right when the game gets tight. But Boost Mobile, their $25 a month unlimited wireless plan is the most consistent player on the floor. No contracts, no price hikes. Unlock the savings today at boostmobile.com/unlock. Based on average annual single line payment of AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile customers compared to 12 months of the Boost Mobile unlimited wireless plan as of January 2026. For full offer details, visit boostmobile.com.
Surprise. Wait, do I know you? You use your Discover Cashback card to earn 5% cashback on restaurants all quarter. Yeah. Now, it's payback time. Whoa, hold on. Go ahead.
Oh, you mean my Discover Cashback.
I told you there'd be payback.
You know, you have a weird way of delivering good news.
I'm working on that.
Activate and earn 5% cash back at different categories each quarter on up to $1,500 in purchases.
Terms apply. See discover.com/5 for details.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Nobody covers your cats like we do.
Headed for the corner, he's in. Touchdown, Arizona. On the break, slap it home. Here comes the throw home. He slides, he's safe. The Cats are champions.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. It's August already, the month we shift our attention away from potholes and road construction and back to school traffic. And our shorter backpack-toting neighbors jumping from the corner bus stop through crosswalks and towards those big yellow buses. So eyes up, cell phones down, and stay alert. This month at Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, we're getting drivers like you ready with all kinds of specials to keep the wheels on your bus going round and round. Specials like free brake inspections and all the tire brands you trust at prices that beat the warehouse clubs and national chains. And Jack Furrier has the budget-friendly brands to Arizona-proof your daily commute and make your daily driving, stopping, starting, and swerving so much better. So make an appointment online, call ahead, or just stop by for savings all month long at any of our 14 award-winning locations. And let's remember to keep our eyes up, cell phones down, and get everyone where they need to go safely. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, we're here to get you there.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Final hour of our program today. 520-848-1290 is the number for you to get in with us. You want to talk some sports. A lot happening this weekend. We mentioned we've got Carolina Panthers football for you tomorrow. Wildcats will practice tomorrow again, their 9th practice of fall camp. And we've got not just that, but we've got the Red-Blue game for Arizona volleyball. That is tomorrow. And tomorrow night at 7 o'clock over at Mulcahy Stadium, Arizona soccer will play their first home game of the season. They'll welcome in New Mexico State. So first chance to see the Wildcats this season, coming off their loss at GCU. They fell 2-0 on Wednesday night, trying to rebound from that. Diamondbacks are starting a 6-game road trip. They are winning at the moment. Brandon Pfaadt, it's a good pitching matchup tonight. Brandon Pfaadt on the bump against Chris Sale. Chris Sale is on my fantasy team, so I need good things from Chris Sale for sure. Diamondbacks currently with a 1-zip lead in the 3rd inning on the road to start their road trip in Atlanta. Still holding on to a wild card spot in the National Leagues, but they've got a tough trek here as they're going to go to Atlanta for 3 and then Boston for 3, 2 of the better teams in Major League Baseball. We'll see how they get through, but things off to a good start so far in Atlanta against the Braves. Also this weekend up in the Valley is going to be the celebration of Diana Taurasi, quite possibly the best women's basketball player ever in the history of the United States.
Here come the Mercury, looking to push pace. Taurasi for 3. Can't leave her open, Annie. You just can't. I don't care if it's year 20 or not. Nothing like a little home cooking to get right. Shot clock at 5. Taurasi, the turnaround jumper is money. She's got 11. And now it's players moving without the basketball. Taurasi, triple. You betcha! Diana Taurasi leads all scorers with 23.
You might just say it's been Diana Taurasi week in the Valley. They had a street that was named after her this week.
Apparently, it was named after her when she originally broke the WNBA scoring record.
Uh-huh.
But the number they had up there, DK, was when she initially broke it. And then she played for, 6 years after that?
Exactly.
So they changed the name of the street to reflect her total WNBA scoring record and the total points that she scored.
And the mayor, Kate Gallego, led that christening over, I think that was Thursday?
Thursday morning, yeah.
Yeah, so let's hear a little bit of that ceremony. Mayor Gallego introducing Diana Taurasi Street in Phoenix.
Welcome, everyone. We are starting the city's celebration of Diana Taurasi. In the city of Phoenix, we celebrate people in many ways, and one is with street signs. For nearly a decade, fans coming here have been welcomed with a street sign bearing Diana Taurasi's name. When the sign first went up, Diana had just surpassed the great Tina Thompson to become the WNBA's all-time leading scorer. Fortunately for Phoenix and for her fans, she kept going. And it is time to update the sign to recognize her incredible record scores in the city of Phoenix and the amount of baskets that she made. She's been a really important part of our city. We are so lucky that the Mercury drafted her, #1 pick, and that she spent 20 seasons with us and the Phoenix Mercury, becoming the most decorated Olympian in women's basketball and remaining the WNBA's all-time leading scorer. And she's not content with just greatness on the court. She's also been an important contributor to our community, stepping up for parents and families, fighting for equality, and more. We are so grateful to have her commitment to the city of Phoenix. And the city of Phoenix is so pleased that we can honor her with this street sign. We're looking forward to unveiling the sign, which will show her current total on scoring, more than 10,000 points. That number will forever mark her place in WNBA history and remind the city of the countless moments she gave us to celebrate. Diana, your legacy is something we are proud of in the city of Phoenix. Thank you. And now we'll welcome Josh Bartelstein, the CEO of the Phoenix Suns and Mercury. Thank you.
Good morning. It's a great day to celebrate the greatest of all time. You know, people throw around that word a lot. GOAT, the greatest. There's only one greatest, and she happens to be standing right behind me. You can throw around the stats, a 3-time champ, 6 gold medals, an MVP, go on and on and on. But DT was the ultimate winner. She cared about winning at the highest level, and she did for all 20 years in the Valley. Her loyalty, what she meant to the fans and her teammates and her coaches, and what they mean to her, is what separates Diana Taurasi. DT, your first basket, you know when it was? You know who it was against? There you go. First basket, Sacramento Monarchs, right? Last basket, Minnesota Lynx. There was a little trivia to do this, Minnesota Lynx. But all along the way, the points, the baskets, there were game winners, there were step backs, there were and ones looking at the ref. But those don't capture who DT is. It's the moments and memories. And you're going to see that on Sunday when you have people crying because they know what she means to them and their family. All 10,646 baskets. So it's a privilege, it's an honor to be with the greatest, a winner, a true champion, someone who means so much to Phoenix, the one and only Diana Taurasi. I want to thank Mayor Gallego and the city for all they've done for this as well. DT, floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone. First off, I'd like to thank Mayor Gallego and the city of Phoenix. This wouldn't be possible without her vision. Without her thinking this is really important for the city, for the Phoenix Mercury, and all the Phoenix community. Josh and Matt, thank you guys so much. Since you guys have really taken over the Phoenix organization, there's been this push to really make sure that the legacy of this city is portrayed and not only the players that have played in this building, but what the city is all about. And, when I think of the 20 years that I spent here, I get really emotional because I came here as a little kid. I was 21. I guess that's not little, but it was in my head. And I'd never been to Phoenix before. I had no clue what this city was about. And 20 years later, it mirrors all the things that I thought were important in life as a teammate, as a daughter, and now as a mother. Hardworking city, a community that brings everyone together. It mirrors all the things that it takes to be a champion in life and on the court. And I just hope when people see that last name, it symbolizes all the things that it takes to really make it, and that's hard work, discipline, consistency, and not only that, a great community. This wouldn't have been possible without everyone that played at the Phoenix Mercury, worked at the Phoenix Mercury, coached at the Phoenix Mercury, everyone who's been, part of the fabric of what this championship community means. And, it's an amazing thing for not only myself, my family, everyone who loves this team and this city, but for the future generation that could look up there. And with hard work, anything is possible. So I want to thank everyone who's here today. What an amazing weekend. I'm super thankful and grateful for everyone. I feel like every time I come to one of these, I see some faces I hadn't seen in a long time, and that feels really good. More than any basket, more than any championship, it's really the faces that have made this 20 years so important to me and my family. And I'm really thankful. And let's get this sign unveiled, Mayor Gallego.
All right, we need Scorch. Yeah. It's countdown time, everyone, if you could help me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
10,646 Diana Taurasi Way is the new name of that street. And they'll celebrate her prior to the game on Sunday up at the Mortgage Marketplex Arena as the Portland Ball Club comes to town. What is their last name? The Fire? Portland Fire, I believe it is, come to town to take on the Mercury.
How did Diana Taurasi only get one MVP? I think is my question.
Yeah. 3-time WNBA champion, but yeah.
Well, 2-time MVP of the finals
yeah.
1-time regular season MVP.
Right.
Yeah.
2009. That was the only time. Crazy. But yeah, she was and one of the greatest. And again, how cool is it that in the last 2 weeks, we have celebrated 2 athletes who have played their entire careers in the desert. When you're talking about Larry Fitzgerald going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and now Diana Taurasi, who obviously is at some point going to go into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame, and they both played their entire careers here. And
you know they're going to do everything they can to keep Book there, right?
Oh,
he
yeah.
passed.
Well, and Larry talked about that.
He became the all-time leading scorer in Suns history, 2 seasons ago?
Or Cam talked about that earlier in the week when we had Cam Cox on.
Got to.
And he talked about how Larry, spoke the importance of that to Devin Booker, to be a player who played his entire career in one place. So let's hope that comes to fruition. Things can change as players get older. And all
there is one player who didn't spend his whole career in one place, and that's your favorite Cleveland Cavalier, Dennis Schroeder, who was traded today. It's his 11th team, DK, and one more team would break the record, tie the record with Ish Smith. I looked it up.
Okay.
10 teams in the last 5 seasons.
10 teams in the last 5 seasons?
Teams in the last 5 seasons for Dennis Schroeder.
Mackerel, that's nuts.
They are Boston, Houston, L.A., Toronto, Brooklyn, Golden State, Detroit, Sacramento, Cleveland, and now with the Hornets.
Jeez.
All since the 21 season.
And Cricket's only worked – how many radio stations have you worked at, Cricket?
2 radio groups,
2
but
radio
a lot
groups.
of radio stations within those groups.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but you've been essentially – and you've been here for what, 20-something
23 years.
23 years.
But the street outside's been named after her for 10 years, and her jersey was retired a long time
Boulevard.
ago. Yeah.
Cricket Boulevard. We need to get it. We need to get your name on something. You've been here so long.
Others have been here longer.
That's true. That is true. That's the one thing I like about this place. People come and they don't leave.
So, I guess it's a good place to work, right?
There you go.
It's all right.
It's all right.
It's all right. It's all right.
All right, so let's before we get to Pick It with Cricket, let's find out more about what's happening in Southern Arizona this weekend.
Oh, right. You can shop local tomorrow at the Foothills Community Market, 8 a.m. till noon at the Foothills Mall near Barnes & Noble. Tomorrow night, cool summer nights at Arizona Sonora Desert Museum. It is Bat Night tomorrow night.
Wait, Bat Night?
Well, the theme, they always like bats that fly. Not like Batman or anything, but they do a theme every week, so it's Bat Night tomorrow night.
Yeah, like the Western Short-Nosed and the other one.
Yeah, they're so cute. They're like flying puppies.
Yep.
Adorable. Flying puppies. At the Loft Cinema on Speedway tomorrow night, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And also tomorrow night, the Hollywood classic, The 7-Year Itch with Marilyn Monroe. And tomorrow, the Breakfast Club 80s Dance Party at the Surly Wench starts tomorrow at 9.
The Breakfast Club.
That'll be fun, that 80s
Do you have
dance
a favorite
party.
song from the Breakfast Club?
I can't really think of
Don't you
no, not that one.
forget about me.
Hey. Yeah, I know.
Don't.
That's a great movie.
Shoot, that was an absolute great movie. Absolutely.
They're remaking Clueless, right? So
Yeah,
it's been like 40 years since Breakfast Club came
aren't
out.
they?
Might as
Aren't
well.
they? I thought I heard something about a Breakfast Club remake as well.
The vibe of the kids in that movie doesn't necessarily correlate to modern times because cell phone, like everybody who's in high school and is a high school senior this year has only ever known a world with smartphones, and that was not that movie. Right?
They just wouldn't get it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just a totally different era.
I was watching Live with Kelly and Mark this morning, and they were talking about how people like parents show their kids now old rotary phones and ask them to use it, and they have no idea how to even use it.
My favorite is the meme of like the pencil and the cassette tape.
Oh,
and like
rewinding
kids
it.
these days have no idea why these two things go together.
Yeah. What does that
Pencil and
do?
the cassette tape. All right, so pick it with cricket. Yesterday it was Packers and Steelers, and you said Steelers, and you are.
Yes.
Yay! There we go.
Yay
I don't
me.
think I got that on it. Hold on. I'm totally screwing this up. That was not on air. Let's try it one more time. Here. All right. There we go.
Very good. All right, Steelers.
Steelers
Yes.
won last night. That game was the exact opposite of the Cardinals and the Raiders. All the scoring in that game was in the second half. 28-9, the Steelers beat the Packers last night. Okay. Sunday. We've got women's basketball. WNBA.
Pick it with cricket.
Yeah.
Why not?
Come on, cricket. It's time to pick it.
All right. Sunday cricket. Fever or dream?
Fever.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, fever dreams are a thing, guys.
Exactly.
Just so you know.
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
Or people have weird dreams when they have a fever.
Yes.
I've heard about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So she's going to take the fever over the dream. Two teams that are 21-12. And it's the game of the day on Sunday in the WNBA. You can watch it at 2:00 on ESPN. Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, and the Indiana Fever against her old friend Angel Reese and the Atlanta.
And
Dream.
prior to that, you can follow along with all of the protests on TMZ that are happening outside of the arena right before the game.
I'm sure they'll be. It's Atlanta, so I'm sure they'll be protesting.
There'll be
out
something.
there. Absolutely. What do you got going on? Anything exciting, cricket?
I'm taking my car to the mechanic tomorrow.
Okay, well I took my
Isn't
car.
that what you did last week?
I got new tires last Saturday.
Well, very good. That's exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's expensive and it's
I
depressing.
made an
but
appointment and I was in and out, and there were people that were in there when I walked in, and they were still sitting there when I walked out. They were probably kind of mad at me.
Yeah,
Like,
but you had an appointment.
How did he go in? How did he just come in here, walks in here,
Cut
and
the
get
line.
his stuff done? And I've been sitting here for 2 hours.
Do you know who I am?
Exactly.
That's when you say, do you know who I am?
Well, and I kind of felt bad when the guy said my name, because I'm sure people still, because I thought I saw a couple of people looking at me like they knew who I was, which
You look
happens
so
sometimes.
familiar. Yeah.
Exactly. And then the guy was like, David Kelly. And I'm kind of sheepishly walking up, just trying to it's not me. Not me.
At least your name's not John Madden.
Exactly, right?
That's
People probably, I can't do.
Well, like, I could tell you some stories of times I've gone to the DMV where I've had long conversations with Raider fans that didn't have anything to do with driver's license.
That's kind of cool.
That's great. I'm going. There's a wine crawl. Did you mention the wine crawl?
No.
There's a wine crawl tomorrow at downtown. Starts from 7 to 10. 6 of our best wine bars. You've got A Toronto. Now we're starting at A Toronto because we've never been there. It's actually, you can't actually crawl it because some of them are a little bit on the east side. So A Toronto is kind of in that area by where sushi. What's that sushi place on Broadway? The sushi.
I'm sorry.
There used to be
I don't
another
know
one.
Sushi.
You don't eat sushi?
No. Oh.
I want to say Sushi Rock, but that was a place in another city.
Can we change the name? Because crawl is like a beer thing, and wine is much more like
So what should we
sauntering.
call it?
Like, let's do our
The
wine saunter. Yeah.
The wine saunter. Okay.
Fancy.
So A Toronto, Sunshine, which is also on Broadway, and then for downtown, you've got Los Milix and Vertigo, which are downtown, and then La Spina and Revel, which are on that street on the other side of the bridge where the buffet is. I forget the name of that street. But anyway. So
9th. Everybody knows that.
Is that 9th? Yeah, 9th. You're absolutely right. 9th Street.
Everybody.
Yeah. So 7 to 10.
Everybody knows
So
that.
Join the wine crawl. It's all kinds of cool stuff, some specials and all that kind of good stuff. Join the wine crawl tomorrow. You might see DK whining.
Do you know who I am?
Do you know who I am? All my drinks should be free. Don't you know who I am?
Exactly.
All right. Have fun, Cricket.
Thank you. You
Get the
too.
people home safely.
All right. Collisions that are clearing Golf Links in Wilmot and Golf Links. Earlier wreck Alvernon near Golf Links from that northbound Alvernon merge to eastbound Golf Links. Slowdowns on Alvernon at Grant, southbound Swan at 5th Street, and westbound Ajo at Mission. Flood advisory in effect until 6:30 tonight, 76 the low, 101 tomorrow, and 95 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com.
Oh, Ben Tyrod, what are you going to do?
I'm way ahead of you. I'll be on RockAuto.com before you can even finish this commercial.
He's right. RockAuto.com. Parts when you need them.
All the parts your car will ever need. Rock Auto.
Hey, it's DK on the Sports Tip. Don't miss a minute of the best Arizona Wildcats coverage in town. Tell your Alexa device to play Wildcats Radio 1290. This is your home of Arizona football, men's basketball, and baseball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be signs that your digestive system isn't working at its best? But taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil supports your daily digestive health using a special plant-based fiber called psyllium. Psyllium works by forming a gel in your digestive system to trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Metamucil's gelling action also helps to promote heart health and slows down sugar absorption to promote healthy blood sugar levels. Start feeling lighter and more energetic by taking Metamucil every day.
Westwood One presents Today in Women's Sports. The Golden State Valkyries have won 14 of their last 16 games, and the team sits in second place of the WNBA standings. On Wednesday night, Golden State defeated the Chicago Sky 91-71 to grab their 5th straight victory. The Valkyries statistically have the league's best defense, ranking first in points per game allowed. Golden State hasn't had an explosive offense like the other contenders, but they have scored 90-plus points in 4 of their last 5 games. Veronica Burton and the Valkyries starters combined for 43 points on Wednesday, but they got 48 from their bench in the victory.
It says a lot about us. We have a very selfless team, and at the end of the day, everyone's a threat. So I think that's a beautiful thing. We're going to find whoever's the hot hand, and they're going to continue to go, and that can be anyone.
The Valkyries are just in their 2nd season of WNBA play, and they boast a 24-9 record. The team is off until Monday, and then they'll host the Dallas Wings. With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Jody Jackson on Westwood One.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phones, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance. And cover your furry friends with pet health insurance.
There are many reasons you might need Dorado Rockin' Materials. A few bare spots in the yard, the driveway needs filling in, or it could be that the yard needs a whole makeover. Whatever the reason, if your yard has the summertime blues, Dorado Rockin' Materials has everything from sand to boulders and every rock and pebble in between. If you need help spreading it, we have options for that too. Call 400-4233. Dorado Rockin' Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
It's summertime, and Aleve is here to keep you on the go. Whether it's planes, trains, or automobiles, Aleve's got your back with up to 12 hours of back pain relief. With just one dose, you'll get to your destination and be ready for your next adventure. So pack your sunscreen, your shades, and your Aleve. No matter where your final stop, Aleve will keep you moving. From sunup to sundown, Aleve's got your back this summer. Feel Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a social media manager.
Did you just post our Q4 earnings to your personal social media?
Oh yeah, used a trending audio and everything.
That's confidential financial data.
Relax. It only went a little viral.
The SEC just commented with the eyeball watching emoji.
This is the job for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
American Red Cross inventories of the most needed blood types are days away from crisis levels. Help make sure patients receive life-saving medical treatments. Make your appointment to donate. Use the Blood Donor app, visit redcrossblood.org, or call 1-800-RED-CROSS to schedule your donation.
It's DK on the Sports Tip. Did you hear what we were talking about?
Sonny, you're on DK on the Sports Tip, Wildcats Radio 1290.
First of all, I want to congratulate you on your show. I'm really glad and appreciate the show that you guys put together, bringing what I think is sort of quality local radio.
This is a great radio station. You guys go high school and everything, and this is a great radio station, sports-wise.
Well, we appreciate you saying that, Victor. Thank you so much. DK on the Sports Tip, Monday through Fridays at 3, right here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Life's busy. Errands, kids, work, the I-10 grind. Who's got time to sit at a detail shop?
That's why Recon Auto Detailing comes to me. Mobile detailing keeps my car spotless without losing a minute of my day.
From mobile washes to in-shop ceramic coatings, tint, and paint protection, we're Tucson's one-stop shop for keeping your ride looking new. Convenience, care, confidence, that's Recon Auto Detailing. Ceramic Pro West, Tucson.
DK on the Sports Tip, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Jeremiah Love did not play in the preseason opener, the Hall of Fame game for the Arizona Cardinals, but he was back last night and looking good in the Sedona Red.
Fresh set of downs for the Cardinals coming out of the 2-minute warning. Back to Jeremiah Love, and he hops a defender. Oh, man, has he been impressive here in the first half. Jeremiah Love up to 58 yards here in this opening half for Arizona.
I'm putting him in bubble wrap and see you September 13th. I mean, he's a special back.
He's going to be a fun back to watch.
Very special.
Put him in bubble wrap and get him ready for the regular season. Impressive debut. Again, so you've had two rookies now who have had impressive debuts, as you had the outing by Carson Beck in the Hall of Fame game, going 15 of 19. And now you had the outing by the young running back, Jeremiah Love, 11 carries, 58 yards. So averaging 5.3 per carry, had a long run of 16 yards. Let's hear from Jeremiah Love after the game, his first preseason game in the National Football League.
Honestly, it was a lot more fun than I expected it to be. Just being out there with my guys, I already knew that was going to be fun. But, beginning to, just compete, against some other great guys, compete against another team. It's really nice. It's fun. It was real fun.
Did you expect to get those double-digit touches in this game?
I didn't, but, ball is ball. I mean, I welcome it. I got in a little bit of a groove. Kind of wish I would have played just a tad bit longer, but I think I played enough for people to see.
Mike said that he felt like, LaFleur said he felt like at the beginning of camp you were a little bit hoppy, and now you're more grounded. What does that feel like actually for you on the field, being more grounded and less hoppy?
Yeah. So when I first, I obviously got here, still was kind of in my college ways. I would do a lot of jump cuts, like kind of a lot of hezzies. But now I'm a lot more grounded, like I'm more patient. I keep my feet on the ground more. So like the second that hole opens up, I got my feet in the ground already. I can shoot through it. So I think that's what Coach LaFleur is talking about, because I've been intentionally trying to change that. And it's gotten a lot better. Kind of showed that today. Some holes opened up, first room, got some yards, but yeah, it's been pretty good.
Why is that more important at the NFL level than it is in college?
Because you playing against guys that when they see a hole, that hole closes very fast, and if you're hopping around in the backfield, that hole may be over for 1 second. If your feet are already in the ground, you got a little bit of a better chance to actually explode through that hole and get more yards. So that's the difference between college and the NFL. Things just happen a lot faster, so you got to be more prepared to take advantage of the opportunity.
All right, Jeremiah Love, after his performance last night for the Cardinals in the win over the Las Vegas Raiders. We're going to get to this next break a little bit earlier because, again, on the other side, we're going to let you hear the conversation we had with Mark Lunsford, longtime assistant coach for the University of Arizona football team, who passed away recently. His funeral will be tomorrow here in Southern Arizona. He was a guest of ours on the pregame show a couple of seasons back prior to the U of A's game against the Texas Tech Red Raiders. So we'll let you hear that conversation that we had with the legendary Mark Lunsford. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic Center. With earlier collisions, Gulf Links and Wilmot, also Alvernon near Gulf Links from the northbound Alvernon merge to eastbound Gulf Links. Expect some road work continuing, of course, along 5th Street from Country Club to Wilmot. Final completion about mid-2027. You could use Broadway or Speedway Boulevard instead. Flood advisory in effect until 6:30 tonight, 76 the low, 101 tomorrow, and 95 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com.
Oof, shocking time to lose a whole strut.
Ugh, comedy is not your thing, but I do know that Rock Auto has what I need to fix it.
With parts shipped right to your door. No kidding.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do.
That ball is going to be caught out at midfield. Chris Hunter, another spectacular catch.
It's the last year. I just want to put it all out on the line. Use everything I learned. Make this year a great one.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
Tua Tagovailoa will get his first action as a Falcon for head coach Kevin Stefanski as they take on the Broncos. Tua is expected to play a series or two tonight. In Miami, Malik Willis will make his debut for the Dolphins as they face the Commanders. It is not believed that quarterback Jaden Daniels will play tonight for Washington. In the other matchup, the Bucs will face the Jets. Baker Mayfield is not expected to play, whereas Jets QB Geno Smith will start. I'm Adam Abdallah.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Back to savings at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get a free MicroGuard Select oil filter when you buy 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic Motor Oil. Limit supply.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study.
Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Back to savings at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get a free MicroGuard Select oil filter when you buy 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic Motor Oil. Limits apply.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Hi, you know me, Scott Lehman from ScottSaysYes.com. Check out this month's Wildcats Radio 1290 Community Calendar powered by Premier Auto Center.
Visit the Wildcats Radio 1290 Community Calendar at wildcatsradio1290.com to find out what community events are coming up in the Tucson area. You can also find Wildcats Radio 1290 events, upcoming sporting events, and more. Get the details and get involved with our community at wildcatsradio1290.com.
Go to ScottSaysYes.com today.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Final segment of our show, and it's time for your Casino del Sol replay.
The Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
Arizona quarterback Mark Lunsford, class of 1977, passed away recently at the age of 70 here in Tucson, Arizona. He was a part of the program almost continuously from 1974 to the year 2000s. We had a chance to chat with Coach Luns during the 2024 season on our pregame show. Captain's Corner, Kelvin Ethan, Glenn Howe interviewed the quarterback and longtime assistant coach at the University of Arizona.
Our guest today is Mark Lunsford, quarterback from the class of 1977 here at the U of A, and my former coach. Coach Lunsford, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Calvin. How about you?
Man, I'm doing.
What's up, Coach Luns?
What up, Glenn Howe?
What's happening?
Like a reunion, man.
Yes, sir. Well, Coach Ben, first thing we always like to do is we always like to ask guys, how did you get recruited here, and how did you get recruited here to the U of A, and why did you choose the U of A?
I really like the coaching staff, and I love the atmosphere, and couldn't have been happier with my choice.
Yes, sir. Oh, no, definitely. So the atmosphere even back then was something that you wanted to be a part of. And I know you said, again, the weather was better than what it was in Indiana as well, right?
The weather was a whole lot better, Calvin. I went from getting on a plane where it was 0 degrees to getting out here and it was 80 degrees.
Yes, sir. So you played in the WAC when you was here, Coach, right?
We're in the Western Athletic Conference, yes, sir. And we're playing one of our biggest rivals, because Arizona and Texas Tech had a lot of knockdown, drag-out fist fights.
So tell me something from one of those games that you remember that was exciting. Tell us a little bit about it, because again, we didn't get to play none of the Texas teams when I was here at Arizona, and I wanted to play against them because me being a Dallas guy. So tell me a little bit about that rivalry right there.
I just think that, good rivalries with an opponent that you play regularly builds up a little bit of dislike for each other, and have nothing but great respect for football in Texas, and that's why you're here. And just a lot of really great games, Calvin. I can't really think of just one in particular after all the hundreds of games I've been involved in. I just know every game. After the game, there was a long stint in the ice tub on Sunday, because you were pretty beat up from the physical nature of the game.
Real physical game. So, Coach, tell me, when did you start coaching here? Because Glenn told me you coached him when he was here, and I'm like, I didn't know that. When did you start coaching here, and why did you end up staying here in coaching?
Calvin, after my senior year, I went back to Indiana and reunited with Coach Young at Purdue, and was assistant quarterback coach. And in the season of '79, Larry Smith became the head coach back here at Arizona, and he had been here for 3 of my 4 years, and he offered me a full-time position to come back and coach the wide receivers. I couldn't get back here fast enough.
So you couldn't wait to get back here. So,
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, Coach, this is Glenn Howe. Hey, I just remember, Coach, man, it was really great having you as a coach there. You were just really an integral part of that staff, and you look back at that staff there. There was some people that went on from there, and then you stayed with Coach Tomey. And Coach Smith, can talk us a little bit about Coach Smith, how you felt about Coach Smith.
I knew Coach Smith from his association here with Jim Young. The whole staff my freshman year had all been at Michigan under Bo Schembechler, and that was my second choice. And the approach to the end of the game, and the family. Just the family atmosphere, and what they told you when they recruited you, they backed up. And what I remember from Larry Smith's coaching is just the great intensity and just fiery atmosphere he brought to the game, and he lit a fire under everybody's what.
Yep.
Coach Tomey, on the other hand, God rest his soul, and Larry. They couldn't have been opposites. They showed up in flip-flops and shorts and Hawaiian shirts and stuff, and we're all thinking, holy cow, where's this guy been on the islands a long time? Because he couldn't have been more opposite of Coach Smith. But they both loved their players, Calvin and Jim. So they were special men, and all the men that they had on their coaching staff were just as special, and it was a privilege. It was a privilege to have been a player under them, and then be able to do all these years.
Yes, sir. So, Coach Larford, I was going to ask you. about some recruiting stories and tell me some of the names of the people you recruited here. I almost thought about it, and I said, tell me who you didn't recruit here, because everybody that comes on says that you closed the deal and you was the guy that recruited. I'm talking about from JUCO, I was playing basketball in Texas, and Coach Lunsford came down to Seagoville High with the boots on. He came down. I know about them boots, Coach, right?
I do. I don't got those boots no more, Kelvin.
So, Coach, tell us about, man, how did you become such a great recruiter, and how did you get all these guys, man? I mean, and tell some wait a minute, let me start with this. Tell the people some of the guys' names that you helped secure in recruiting here.
Well, I'm talking to two of them, Glenn Howe and Kelvin Efon. My first recruit I ever signed was a young man named Eugene Hardy.
The Riddler.
And Glenn will remember this. We were at Bobby McGee's having dinner.
Yep.
And the waiter, Eugene asked for some mustard. And so the waiter brought a bottle of mustard, and he accidentally squeezed it, and all this stuff squeezed out of the bottle. It was all over Eugene's shirt. And it turned out it was just like sewing stuff, sewing yarn. But we all just cracked up then. There's so many. Obviously, Brewski's my claim to fame, I guess. And I was in on Chuck Cecil, Danny Rockett, Ruben Rodriguez, Monta Ailey, Mike Parker, Reggie Jackson, Mario Hampton is one of my favorites. The John Kaiser, Glenn Jones. I don't know. I enjoyed recruiting. I was young and energetic, and Jay Dobbins was one of my recruits. Just connected, but I think all of our staff do. That's why Larry was successful here, Dick was successful here. We had a great mix of young and old coaches, and everybody knew their role and knew what to do. Like I said, it's just an honor to have been on both those staffs.
Yeah, Coach. I always tell people, and I'm going off script a little here, but I always tell people that one of the things that I was amazed by you guys was about how y'all found guys from every different walk of life, man. Y'all found football players, basketball players. I mean, guys that would. Guys from everywhere, man. How did what did y'all come up with that strategy? I mean, Samoan guys, y'all brought guys from everywhere all together and just like a big melting pot, man. What did y'all come up with that strategy?
Well, I think Dick is coming up the most, the easiest, okay? Dick used to tell all the coaches that you can be the best, coach, but if you can't recruit, we're not going to be very good. So we worked on recruiting. We talked about recruiting. We had strategies. But I think just identifying the diamonds in the rough, as Dick used to say, he said, coaches, if you go into home and USC and UCLA in there and Washington's in there, you guys are 5-star, say thank you, God bless you, and good luck. We ain't going to get those guys. And we had to identify the guys that were Brewskis and Cecil and Howes and Kelvin Efons and all those guys, that wanted to be coached hard and loved to play and were good people, and I think they accomplished that pretty damn well.
Yes, sir. So, Coach, tell me, what do you remember about our 12-1 team? Because I consider it. I think you probably know way better than me what were some of the better teams in the school history. They always throw that around, and I always, I have to pick the 12-1, the 98 season there, with our where we finished ranking at. And tell me a little bit about that team, and what did you think about that team in the build up? Because I thought that 7-5 season that we had the year before when we won the Insight.com bowl game and worked real hard to win those last few games to get to there, I thought that game catapulted us into that great 12-1 season. What tell me a little bit about that season and the guys.
I think after that, just as you said, Calvin, after that 7-5 season, everybody kind of had an edge, and they're not real happy with what transpired. And we had a lot of these seniors that are seniors to be, you know. And when you got leaders like Teddy Bruschi and Rob Waldrop and Kelvin Efon and Chris McAllister and all those guys, it just clicked. It just clicked. The locker room was, people talk culture out there all the time. I think you would say our culture that year was killer, you know, and just everything fell into place. And we stayed healthy, you know. We all our linemen. We played. I can't remember hardly anybody getting hurt that year. And that's critical. You know, just people don't understand, and I think, you know, people don't think, you know, they think, oh, bowl games, they're all good. And there's a lot of hard work goes into those bowl games. You get an extra spring practice, you get to coach the guys for 15, 20 more times, and then you've got all those guys back the next year, and it just all fell into place.
Mark Lunsford is our guest in the Captain's Corner, brought to you by Jack Farrier Tire and Auto. Jack Farrier since 1960. We're here to get you there. Coach, so tell me a little bit about what you think about this current team and what. Well, hold on. Let me go here. What do you think about this coaching staff? You know these guys. A lot of these guys worked with you on the 12-1 squad, and I think Coach Brad was a grad assistant at the time. What do you think about, you know, all these guys, you know, getting a job, as they say, Tommy guys?
I love it. You know, we went for a long period of time where it felt like some of the coaches that were here, I don't know whether they were insecure about what had been done before. We weren't probably as welcome around the program as we are. Coach Brennan is a coach, Tommy disciple from San Jose State, and Coach Tommy and Dwayne Aquina and Coach Tommy and Dino Babers. Man, those guys go back 50, 60 years.
Right.
I mean, Dino played for Coach Tommy, and Dwayne was in Hawaii while he was growing up, and then he ended up at the University of Washington, and they're just really good coaches. I think with the way things went down and the transfer portal and everything, it's taken them a little while for, you know, things to maybe hook up a little bit and start looking like it did last Saturday. That's the best we've played this year, and that's our score right now. So can we get better from last Saturday, or go be the same, or get worse? One of those three items are going to happen. So tomorrow morning we're going to be either really happy or we're going to be wondering how we're doing. And I think it's a good game for us to continue to build and get better. And I'm hoping for the best tonight.
Well, Coach, I enjoyed having you on. It was great talking to you today, man. I mean, again, man, appreciate everything you done for me back in the day when I first got back into football, coming out of basketball for a couple years. I hadn't played, and you were patient with me, taught me the offense, man, and just incorporated me into this program. Coach, I really appreciate you. Our thanks to Arizona's 1977 quarterback, Mark Lunsford, for joining us this week in the Captain's Corner.
Coach Luns, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot,
Love
Coach.
you guys.
Love you, man. Love you.
Love you, Coach. Brother out.
Today's Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
Again, Mark Lunsford joining us during the 2024 season, passed away last week at the age of 70. His services will be tomorrow morning at the Northwest Bible Church, which is located at 889 West Chapella Drive, up on the north side of Tucson. And I'm sure there'll be a lot of Wildcats in the house to say goodbye to the head coach. And we wish his family nothing but the best as they deal with the unfortunate loss of their father and grandfather. That's going to wrap it up for us. Thanks to Ronnie Palmer. Thanks to Carly Cisneros. Thanks to JW Madden as well as Cricket. Dragon Ball off today. My name is David Kelly. That's our time for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll talk to you on Monday right here at 3 o'clock. DK on the Sports Tip. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic Center. With collisions that are reported, Thornydale and Cortero. Cortero Farms Road in Thornydale, north of the intersection, a hit and run. Also collision at Irvington and Benson. Benson Highway in Irvington. 22nd Street closed. Tucson Boulevard to Cherry Belle Stravenue. Use Broadway or Aviation Parkway instead. Flood advisory in effect until 6:30 tonight. 76 the low, 101 tomorrow, 95 now. And that's your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic.
This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com.
Oof, shocking time to lose a whole strut.
Ugh, comedy is not your thing, but I do know that Rock Auto has what I need to fix it.
With parts shipped right to your door. No kidding.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I am grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
There are many reasons you might need Dorado Rock and Materials. A few bare spots in the yard, the driveway needs filling in, or it could be that the yard needs a whole makeover. Whatever the reason, if your yard has the summertime blues, Dorado Rock and Materials has everything from sand to boulders and every rock and pebble in between. If you need help spreading it, we have options for that too. Call 400-4233. Dorado Rock and Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
At Cumulus Digital, we know that in this market, you're either a follower or a leader. While followers settle for the status quo, at Cumulus Digital, we provide the edge leaders are looking for, with digital results that beat industry averages by 25% or more. Hey, you're not average, so your marketing results shouldn't be either. Visit cumulusdigital.com, fill out the form, and take the lead.
Fall is termite season. Go blue with Essential Pest Control. We'll eliminate those termites, bugs, and weeds. Stop paying too much with those national providers. Essential Pest Control is a bug's worst nightmare.
I can't sleep at night.
Essential Pest Control. Call 866-3029. EssentialPest.com.
Is your AC 10 years or older? Not sure if it'll last through this extreme Arizona heat? Call Right Way for a $65 AC tune-up. Got a repair quote that you're unsure about? We'll give you a free second opinion and take 20% off any AC repair. With a 4.9-star rating on over 13,000 Google reviews, you can have the assurance that you'll be receiving our award-winning service every time. Call Right Way at 520-640-2665 or visit rightwayac.com today.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Tuned to DK on the Sports Tip weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at iccu.com.